Hello everybody, welcome to the Weekly Planet Q&A for Care Australia Campaign 2018. It's a bloody good day, Mason, isn't it?
It's a nice day outside, isn't it?
Why do we have to do this?
Because we've decided that we're not going to go out and play stickball
Not
or
today.
kick the can, your favourite, or pick up a garbage can lids and throw them at each other. We're going to do our favourite games. We're going to stay in here, close the shades, close all the doors,
Yep.
get the dog here.
Make sure the dog can't run in the sun.
Dog can't run in the sun. You don't even like running in the sun, dog. And then we're going to answer.
running in the sun.
Yeah, I bet you bloody do it. You can't, mate. I tell you what, you're going to sit in here. You made a mistake. But that's the thing. She comes in here
Yeah,
and she's like, I want to be part of this. And then she just sits down and goes to sleep.
that's
So-
it. Yeah, it's her own
it's on
fault.
It's her own fault, exactly.
yeah.
Anyway, we're here to answer some questions.
Absolutely. Sorry if this is late, or is this the time frame we were always going to do it in? I don't remember. So far we've raised, it's $31,000, a bit over that. We're hoping to hit 40 like last year. So, but if anybody who's asked a question on the donation page, we're going to go through as many as we can, and as you can,
As you
Mason.
can, yes.
As all of us can. And just a reminder that this is for Care Australia campaign to raise money for women and girls around the world living in extreme poverty. The idea is to just bring up communities. Last year we did men's mental health. The year before that we did a different thing that I can never remember.
UNICEF.
That's right, exactly. So if you've got an idea for what we're going to do next year,
Let us know.
bring it on.
Yeah. And don't try and trick us.
You can trick us.
I mean, you can. You could very easily trick us, but please don't.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing is there are prizes for this. We had some very generous donations from Movement Watchers, Mac Weldon. Who else did we have,
Mr.
Mason?
Coyer.
Mr. Coyer. There's probably others. Those are below. Those people are listed below if you've won one of those things, which you could very well. So if you could just email through to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com with some details of that, maybe of who you are.
Who you are.
That's right.
Who you are as a person.
That's right.
And your size.
That's it.
Shirt size and such.
And that would be fantastico. Ready to go, Mason?
I'm ready to
You're
go.
at the top of the list. I'm at the bottom.
Okay, so good luck. So odds are, if you donated late, you'll get a question answered. If you donated early, you get a question answered. If you donated in the middle ground, good luck to you.
Godspeed.
Godspeed,
You want to
mate.
go first, or do you want me to go
I'll
first?
go first. This is from Rinatar.
Okay.
Hi, I know it's not much. I'm only 13. He says, "You know what? Bloody thank you for your donation, and it's a lot. It's a good donation.
It's a bit of a
mate. Thank
bit of a
you.
chunk of change.
Thank you for making a great podcast. You're welcome. What are both your favourite school subjects and why?"
Oh, good question.
And it says, "And remember, stay cosmic."
Always.
I will.
Yeah,
I got cosmic. Now I'm going to stay
yeah,
cosmic.
you got to remain
Yeah.
cosmic. Do you have a favourite?
I really liked English at school and
Me
psychology.
too. Yeah, me too.
Psychology, literature.
I didn't do. I feel like I did a lot of business subjects because I thought I'll just be a businessman like everybody.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of schools do that. They just funnel you into a bank.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
But no, I say I should have done it because I did pretty well in English.
Yeah.
And I should have done media and a bunch of stuff, but I didn't. But, funny story, Mason, my mum pulled out this thing the other day.
A switch, and she hit you with it.
Yeah.
You're a bad student.
It's a
And
long
now
time
you're-
coming.
Now you're an adult. You're getting it.
But it was basically a test I did in year 11 to see what I'd want to be. And one of the things I put down, I don't remember doing this, but was a radio presenter. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that being a thing that I wanted to do. But they took all my information and went, you know what's good for you? The army.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I remember that at the time and thinking, fuck that. Like,
yeah.
I have a lot of respect for the army, but I'm the worst. I'm the last person
Yeah.
who should be in
and
the
also,
army.
who's paying for this? Maybe the army came in and went,
Well,
"Hey,
that's it.
listen, regardless of what answers they put in, just tell them they should go
Yeah.
to the army."
Do you have any other faves?
Chemistry was fun, but only the practical aspects.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pouring beakers and
Pouring
such.
beakers and such.
Yeah, I get you,
Bunsen burner.
Bunsen burnings. Yeah, I get you. I remember the first thing we did in year 7 for, you do they called pracs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was bringing a water to 100 degrees boil.
Nice.
See that? Watch that. happen.
Powerful.
It was very powerful, Mason.
Yeah.
It was basically a kettle.
Yeah.
Well, being a kettle.
But to our American listeners, that's quite exotic because they don't have kettles.
That's true. Don't they?
No.
What do they use?
They put it on the stove.
Ah,
They don't have an
stovetop.
yeah. Mhm.
And they have those little coffee machines that they always have in offices and that. You know,
Yeah.
like the coffee's on the broil.
It's always on the broil, yes.
We don't really have those.
No.
Yeah. The first one here is Norman. It just says Nick Mason sucks. Not a question, but accurate.
And you donated, so I guess that's fair.
Sam says, thanks for everything you do. Can you do a live show in the UK? I promise there'll be at least one person there. Definitely seems to be worth it to me.
Look, we will, but we're only going to release one ticket.
That's right.
So if you get in, mates, then you're in. But if you're not,
You've been.
sucks to be you. You've been. Exactly.
That's
That's
it.
right. Don't cry because we only issued one ticket.
It's something that we've looked at extensively, and we nearly lined up to go with Do Go On because they're doing a tour
Yeah,
that's
uh-huh.
coming up, and that not nearly, but it was going to happen at one point. But it's mostly me and my, my commitments to my family.
We should say no. It nearly happened, but then the incident.
Yeah, yes.
What was it? Who knows? Maybe we'll tell you next year.
Maybe we will tell you next year. But honestly, for me, it just came down to I've got a lot on at the moment, and and my family also does. So I was like, but you're indifferent. You just do whatever.
I'll
wouldn't
do
you?
exactly. I'll do whatever.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'd just rather not be at work. This is from Chris Bolton. If Vin Diesel is an egg and Daniel Craig is a potato, what flavour would other famous spy film action stars be?
So who are we looking at? Cruise. What's he?
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I feel like he's like a whittled down carrot.
Yeah, he's definitely salady. He's a salad, I feel, of some sort.
Yeah, right.
Like a macrobiotic salad.
Yes.
He's-
But yeah, don't you have to pick one thing? Like in terms of
Flavour. Okay.
flavour, okay.
Right, okay.
salt. I don't know.
Now, Angelina Jolie's
Salt.
salt.
I'm sorry, you're right.
God.
He was nearly salt.
Yeah, he was nearly salt.
He
That's
was
true.
nearly
Well, then he's
the
pepper,
star of
isn't
salt.
he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else we got then? Well, I guess Jason Statham's in
Jason
Spy.
Statham he's a kebab, like a 3 a.m.
Yes, he
kebab.
definitely.
He's a 3 a.m. kebab and a cup of Bovril in the morning, yeah.
What about the other Bonds? Connery?
See, it would be a cliche to say haggis, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think he's more like a side of ham.
Yeah, okay, side of ham, good.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Roger Moore, side of ham,
Also-
obviously.
More weathered though.
Yep.
Like it aged.
Yeah. George Lazenby.
Sausage and bread, from which is a very Australian thing.
Yeah, that's true.
For those people who don't know. Dalton, a tall drink of water.
Terrific. He's not a tall drink of water. He's got more character than a tall drink of water.
No, I mean in a good way.
Oh, sure, okay.
You know what I mean? Crisp and clean.
He is
in
a
a,
tall-
in a
yeah,
crystalline glass.
That's very true. Yeah.
Angular.
Yep.
And I guess the last one's Brosnan. Some kind of broth. I don't know.
He's a bowl of broth with like an Omega watch in it, just dunked in there. Just because why wouldn't you put in some more product placement? You know.
Why wouldn't you? This is from AJ. If the roles were reversed and Mesa was inexplicably choking on water, do you remember that episode where I was choking on water?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would you, James, continue the podcast or show any concern?
Did I
No.
continue the
You would
podcast?
just
Did show?
continue.
Okay, right.
Show
I'm
no-
sure you would have been fine.
I was fine.
Also, what am I going to do? Heimlich the water out of you? It's not how it works. I'd have to tip you upside down.
No, I'd probably just, depending what it was, I'd probably just let it continue. But sometimes when we cough or whatever, I take it out.
That's
Sometimes
true.
I don't.
There's been any number of occasions when we've nearly died on the podcast through
Yes.
various misadventures.
Yeah. One time we did it ice skating. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
People didn't even know because we edited out all the falls.
All the falls, yep.
Yeah. What do you got, Mason?
Let's see. This is Captain Jevons.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favourite comic from Image and why?
Ooh,
you love Invincible.
I love Invincible. I'd have to say Invincible.
Okay.
Well, we did an episode on this recently. So, but what about you?
That's true. Well, as a kid, I loved Savage Dragon.
Yes.
Which was continually written and illustrated by Eric Larson for like 10 years. That's a good one. Trying to think of what is on what's on Image.
Walking Dead. You haven't read it.
No, I haven't read. But I like Sex Criminals. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I
What about Nemesis?
don't love Nemesis. I love the premise
Me
of Nemesis.
too, yeah,
I love
same.
the premises of Nemesis.
Premises of Nemesis.
Sees,
Yes,
but I don't
getcha.
know. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know. Just this Saga.
Yeah, Saga's
Saga.
good.
Although I'm not
way
up to date on
behind.
Saga.
I
So
gotta get into that.
look, throw a dart at a board with Image comics on it, and I'll probably be like, yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Joel. You may have answered this in one of the last Q&As. By the way, the other Q&As that we've done from previous years, if we've answered a question there, unless we've forgotten, we might leave it.
Yeah.
But so that you can check that out there.
Or we might forget that we've done it
Which is
and
probably
answer
more
it again
likely.
in the same way or a different way.
This one I suspect you might have answered, but Meso, why did you watch Police Academy so many times in 1 week?
I was just bored as a kid.
Yes.
That's how life works sometimes.
That's what you'd do though, wouldn't it? You'd wake up and you'd just watch the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How old were you?
When did it come out? Probably like the year after that.
Yeah, okay. Early 90s, I want to say.
Probably 12 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Well, here's a question. This is I'm going to mispronounce this name.
Good.
because I think it's Irish. Padraig Haley.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for you specifically.
Okay.
James, was there someone else that you asked to do the podcast before Mason who said no, so you were forced to resort to Mason?
No,
Oh.
I can't even think of anybody. Maybe one of my brothers would probably be
Yeah, okay.
all right, but no, I didn't think of anyone.
Not even Barry,
My friend Barry.
your friend Barry.
No. Barry doesn't know anything about this shit. Barry is hilarious.
He is
Barry
hilarious,
is an
yeah.
absolute waste of comedy gold.
I agree.
Yeah.
Whatever he does for a job, he's wasted there.
He might be the funniest person in the world.
Yep.
But nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I feel he's like one of the. Does he freeze up when he's?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Because that's often the case with like sporting personalities or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's the frog in the
in the
Warner
boiling
Brothers.
water, exactly.
I mean, the Warner Brothers cartoon that dances.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant it's like a frog in boiling water.
We're thinking of different frogs.
We are thinking of different frogs. But yeah, like when they've got all great kind of anecdotes and stories and stuff, but then you put them on in front of a camera and you're like, can you tell that? And they're like,
And they shit their
they
pants.
do.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Anonymous. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have Tom Cruise's running ability or his hair ability?
Hair ability.
Yeah, hair ability. Yeah, it's
so
it's
versatile. And you know what's going to last?
That's true.
It's with you.
But is it easily maintained?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems effortless.
Yeah, I would have
but
to
is it?
ask him first.
Yeah, sure.
I think if I had one moment with Tom Cruise, I'd be like, you know, your hair in Mission Impossible 2
Yeah.
and your hair in Mission Impossible 3 and Mission Impossible, are they as equally easy to maintain? Because what if that hair from Mission Impossible 2 is garbage?
Yeah.
But he has to go into hair and makeup and they straighten
do
it
it.
and they do
Yeah,
put the
that's-
stuff in it, you know?
That's entirely possible.
Because if it's too much work, running ability, because that man can never stop running.
But what about the maintenance involved in being a 56-year-old man keeping that level of fitness? He's taking ice baths, he's stretching every 40 minutes, he's eating macrobiotics, all of
Yeah.
those. I feel like I'm fit enough to, I don't need Tom Cruise's running, but I need his hair.
Yeah, right. Okay, I understand. Yeah. I mean, exactly. Like, what circumstance are you going to need that running ability?
Yeah.
But what if you do, though?
What if you do?
Like, if one day, and then you're like,
And that's the only time. I mean, that's paid for itself then, hasn't it?
exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
still going hair.
Yeah.
Joe says Nick Mason, number one party boy. That's true. Alistair says, I come because of the Weekly Planet. Thank you. You have $109. Wow. And Robert says,
Wait, did he not have a question?
No.
Wow.
Getting a 36-year-old father who happens to be hungover for the first time in a while to donate money to a worthy cause at 7 a.m. on a Monday. Kudos. None of those are questions, but
We'll
those, are
take
all,
'em.
those
Yeah.
are all great.
Thanks for donating.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's see. Nesta says, why did you decide to start a podcast and how long did it take for you that to become your full-time jobs? Well, I have a full-time job.
For me, it was, from the podcast, it was nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
But that was also on top of YouTube and then looking at sponsorship and it was a bunch of, it's not
Yeah,
just
right.
the podcast, it's
Uh-huh.
a bunch of things.
And he hasn't
together.
asked the obvious further question, how long will it be your full-time job?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Until the bubble bursts.
Till the bubble bursts,
Until
yes,
one of us
exactly.
dies or says something really offensive.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen.
it.
We're going to get cancelled.
Yeah.
But why did you decide to start a podcast? Is the question. It's a good question, I think.
I don't know. I think at that point I had a platform and I thought this is
Yeah,
something
that's
we could
true.
launch
Yeah.
off. I was away teaching up north the year before it started, and in
Yes.
the back of my mind I'm like, when I get back from this, I think I even spoke to you. I even rang you at one point and said, hey,
Yeah.
we should do this thing when I get back.
Yeah. And I said, you're not coming back. Look behind you.
I don't know why. What do you think?
No, I think that's why. And also, I think we may have mentioned this before, but I think it was also, it's a good opportunity to catch up.
Mm. Yeah, definitely,
Because we had
yeah.
we normally talk about this stuff anyway, so we should probably take
Yeah.
2 hours a week to talk about it.
That's
So-
it. Jonas says, I've got two questions relating to other languages, or not, one of these isn't. Jonas says, can you say some words or a sentence in German? Do you know any German?
Ich liebe dich.
Ich bin.
I said, I love you. What did you say?
I don't know.
Wow.
It's a barn?
Wow, I put myself out there and you really...
I don't have any German words.
No.
Danke, that's not how you say it. But that's,
Vorsprung Deutsch Technique.
what does that mean? Great dance technique?
Yeah, it's great dance technique. No, it's from a car ad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Those are all good. And Alice says do an English accent. You
We're
can do
doing English accents right now.
Yeah, I can't do a real one.
Sure, right.
I can do
You can do a Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins one.
Hello.
There
We
we
can
go.
do our Tom Holland one,
I
obviously.
refuse.
Yeah. I mean, Mason, he gave money. He gave $11. So
that's
you
true.
should do it, is all I'm saying. Give us a second of the Tom Holland. For charity, Mason.
Hello, everyone!
Phew,
Yeah, right?
that really hurt.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't do
That's
it.
the key to it. And it woke the dog up too.
What do you got?
This is from Anonymous. Mm-hmm. Have either of us seen My Hero Academia? It's an anime. No.
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 I heard good things.
Yeah, same.
It seems like something Levins has seen.
I don't think it is.
Oh, really?
Maybe it is. He
Okay.
loves the Venture Brothers.
Okay.
Oh,
MAL.
it's an interesting spin on a superpowered world.
Okay.
All right, I'm going
maybe
to check
we'll
that
check
out.
it out. Malte, or Malte, don't know how you say it. Same question again. What's your favourite non-English European movie? Do you know any?
In non-English.
Non-English has to be European.
Okay. To be European.
I can never think of like Amiel, but that's not my favourite. I know I've seen better movies than that.
On the spot.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah, that's something I really need to Google. Like best European films, non-English, and then go, oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Something modern? Maybe like Let the Right One In, that vampire movie?
I've been seeing the remake.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one though?
It's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. We did it. What do you got?
This is from Liam. Attention, everyone, it says.
Yes.
I want to be a comedian. Any tips on how to do it successfully? Well, we're not comedians.
But
here we bloody go.
I think it's just, you got to do it. Isn't
You got
that
to do
the
it.
thing?
That's what people say.
Yeah.
There's no point stuffing about.
There's no time like the present.
Exactly. Just
Would you say get a couple of minutes and then...
get 5 minutes together and find an open mic where people are supportive.
And don't know you in your
Ah.
personal life? Or do you bring people in your personal
No,
life?
don't bring people in your personal
Yeah.
life. No, do it. Well, I wouldn't, but,
Also, you're probably not going to be good for a really long time. Is that right? Well, some people
unless
are.
you're really good.
Unless you're really good.
If you're not great first time out of the gate, you should quit. I'm just kidding.
Nobody's good.
Nobody's
out of
good.
the
Yeah,
gate.
it's a 1 in a million. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. James and Meso, my dear something something in Italian. Do you know the Italian superhero movie They Called Me Jeeg? Pretty good. Check it out. I've never heard of that.
Is there a question mark at the end of it?
Yeah.
They call me G.
No, it's They Call Me Jeeg, and then
Okay, right.
as in, do you know this? No.
No. Note it down.
The only Italian superhero movie I know is Dylan Dog, Dead of
Night.
Brandon Routh. Night. Yeah.
Dylan Dog.
He fights a
Dylan
gargoyle
Dog.
or something.
Yeah.
in the end.
That's my favourite non-English European movie, Dylan Dog.
It's a good one.
This is from Gareth Dawes. Can you play Ultimate Alliance in an upcoming Caravan of Garbage, please? No, but we have.
Yeah, it's
ready to
in
go.
the can. It's ready to go.
It's ready
yeah.
to go.
I like doing that one actually. I thought that was going to be a good episode. Alex says, if you could have one mutant or otherwise power, what would it be? Also, bring back Shia LaBeouf updates. Ugh.
Okay.
If he does anything of note.
similar question. This is
Yeah.
from an anonymous who gave $55. If the two of you to suddenly develop superpowers based on the things you do, items you're always around, think Poison Ivy, what superpowers would you get? Would you be a hero or villain, and what would your names be? Look,
I'd be microphone dog.
No, good. Yep. Look, my power would be something to do with, my power would be Wolverine, except my phone comes out of the back of my hand because I'm always on it. But I'd have 2 phones.
Oh, one in each hand. Yeah. Or 3 phones in each hand.
Oh, yeah, that would be it. 3 phones in each hand, yeah.
I love
They'd
it.
come out like that.
Yeah.
Like blades out, yeah. Uh-huh. Then I could be on every app at once.
Very good. James and Meso, movie fight. Who wins? Casino Royale, James Bond after his wife just died, or Batman v Superman after a night of hard drinking pills and debauchery?
Are they fighting?
Yes. James Bond would
Yeah, he's got a gun.
kill Ben Affleck Batman,
He's got a
I'd
gun.
imagine.
Yeah.
Then again, you can shoot Batman in the head at point blank.
Yes.
Who's better hand to hand? Oh, this is going to be too long.
Yeah,
We
right.
should save that for an episode.
Yeah, let's do a whole episode on it.
Yeah. Are you going?
Let's see. Aaron wants to know, is this where I asked the question? Yes.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne says, am I only allowed to ask one question unless you donate twice, but you've only donated once? So yes.
Yep. Look, I'm asking this. Look, I've got this one here. I'm only putting it in because the donator's name is Thor Björk.
Oh, so good.
That's such a Scandinavian name if it is indeed real, or it's not just a combination of his favourite superhero and his favourite Icelandic singer.
Yeah.
Would you rather eat a bear to win a fight or fight a bear to win some food?
Fight a bear to win some food.
I'd eat a bear.
To win a fight.
I'd eat a bear.
How long do you got to eat a bear? Do you have to eat all of the bear to eat its bones?
I don't think so.
Just like its flank and stuff.
It's flank, yeah.
Can I keep the pelt?
Yes.
Because I don't want anything to go to waste.
Yeah, for sure. You can
Then
make
I'd
a
eat-
cape out of it.
I'd eat a bear. I met
Yeah.
a guy who shot a bear once.
Wow.
I was like, why? But he did it.
Yeah.
Jacob says, huge fan of the show. Happy to donate to another fantastic cause. My question is, other than the podcast dog, what other pets have you two had? Your family had cats, didn't they?
I've had a lot of cats.
Yeah.
My grandmother had 2 Jack Russells, which I consider my Jack Russells.
Where are they now?
They're dead.
Oh.
Yeah. We killed them after she died, obviously.
Did you kill them before you put them in the grave, or just kill them?
Yeah, before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Humane.
And then again afterwards.
Okay, great.
Just to be sure. You don't want them come back as haunted Jack Russells.
Yeah,
do you?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had my first pet was a water snail.
Okay, sure.
My
Start
brother
early,
got
yeah.
fish and I got a snail. And then for years I wanted a dog. And then eventually when I was like 28 or whatever, I got...
You got this dog.
this
The
dog.
best dog in the world.
But we've had birds. We had blue-tongued lizards when we were kids.
Oh, I had a blue tongue lizard also, yeah.
So they're...
Which is always, they just wandered into your backyard and you decided
And
to
then
keep
you got
them.
'em.
You got them,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
They eat a lot of snails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Thomas asks, red, white, or rosé?
Red.
I like disgusting dessert wines.
Okay.
Like if I go to like a winery tour or something like that, and we go to the thing, and I always go to the guy, hey, what's the thing that somebody tries and goes, this is disgusting, it's so sweet, I hate it, I'll have that.
Okay, so it
And
can
I
be
love
any
it.
colour?
Yeah.
I'm not a white wine guy. I'll have a rosé, but white wine
Oh, yeah.
gives me a bit of a headache.
All right.
John?
And it makes you so dramatic.
It certainly does.
Oh,
Are you familiar with something called imposter syndrome? I'm a PhD student. I'm trying to constantly deal with it. Oh, yeah, everyone's got that.
sure.
Everything you do is not good enough, and you're going to be found out at any minute.
Yeah,
That's
right.
That's advice for life for
Yeah.
everybody.
That's our concern whenever we do a live show.
Yes.
If one person stands up in the back and goes, wait a second, you guys aren't funny or interesting.
This is bad.
And then the rest of the crowd's like, he's right. And then they all turn around and he starts a podcast.
Matthew Thomas Young says, "Hey James and Mesa, what's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings and why?" My brother's is Boromir, as you're aware, basically.
Yes.
He has an unhealthy obsession. I quite like the Hobbits because I like that lifestyle. I'd like to think I'm
You
someone.
like that hob life.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to think I'd be someone cool and on the land, but I'm not. I'm just
Right,
some-
okay. Oh, you don't have to be them. You just have to be...
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's still a Hobbit.
Okay.
Yeah. Faramir?
I was going to say the
Boromir.
Balrog.
Yeah, sure.
What's his deal? What's he doing when he's not...
He lives in the caves. He smashes trolls and
He's got
stuff.
fire stuff,
He's got a
fire
lot of
whips.
fire stuff going. He's a demon, man.
What does he do?
He's just a demon.
What's his daily life like, though? Like, surely not everybody's coming through that cave all the time.
Yeah, and everything he touches catches fire. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got hobbies. Maybe he can go back to hell. There's like a
Might be able to go back down. Is there a hell in the
Maybe
Hobbit
he's got
universe?
a wife. Yeah, some variation.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I'll
But,
say
yeah,
that.
I was going to say. I imagine there is one, but it's a bit vague. It's probably just called the Underworld.
Yeah.
And then what happens in there, we don't know. We've never been there.
But also you can come back if you die, some people, because I know Gandalf is some kind of weird spirit. Doesn't matter. I don't know. If you could shrink your worst enemy to just a few inches in height and could do anything to them, what would you do?
Now that's... So I'll put this up on Instagram, I think, shortly. A couple of years ago, somebody sent us a tweet that said, hey, now that you guys are being paid off by Marvel, how can you remain objective? Because we always used to make the joke. And we still do,
Yeah.
because we're hacks.
Yes.
That we get checks from Marvel, and that's why we say positive things about Marvel
right.
stuff. And we're like, is this a joke? Is it not a joke? I can't tell, this tweet. So I'll see what else this person has put up on their Twitter feed. And they've added a whole bunch of famous people. Like there was hundreds of tweets.
And us.
And us. But every single one of them other than us said, if you could shrink your worst enemy to... It was like, hey, Ashton Kutcher, if you could shrink your worst enemy to tiny size, what would you do with them? Hey, bloody Jeremy Johns, if you could shrink your worst enemy? And I'm like, why didn't we get that question?
Didn't we get that question?
We didn't. We were the only people who didn't get the question.
Okay. I feel like I wouldn't do anything, though. Because they're shrunken.
Yeah, that's
Presumably forever.
That's the ultimate indignity, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, how do you live your life?
You don't.
Carlito says, I think it's awesome you guys are doing this. You two are great blokes. That's true.
Thank you.
And Greg, obviously, and the baby and the dog. Awesome. And Alex says, keep up the good work. Peace sign.
Ooh.
Man, I've barely made a dent in these questions.
Yeah, right.
What's
We're
next?
here we might do 2 parts of this. We'll see how we go, because I have to go at some point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
We'll do at least an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, nice. Josh Z, if you two had the chance to go back in time and appear in the background of any famous artwork, photograph, miscellaneous historical event, what would you choose? What would you be doing?
I'd be, that you see that dude coming up on the shore in America and he's on the boat.
Yes.
What else? It's probably George Washington, I guess.
Yep.
I'd just be mooning.
Nice. That sounds good. That sounds very good. Maybe something similar, but I'd be on my phone. I like any situation, or like the photo of the flag raising at Normandy.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
Disrespectful,
I know,
basically.
right?
I'd be dogs playing poker,
Yep,
but I just have dog face paint on.
that's pretty good. I often want to be one of those guys in a like a Renaissance painting where like something's happening and there's one guy in the back. He's like, oh, he's got his hand like the back of his hand to his head and he's fainting and he's like, oh, and there's always that guy
I'd rather you kind of looking bemused, but also on your phone.
on my phone. Exactly. Oh, you know what? There's a murder happening. And one guy's like, "Oh, what's happening?" And I'm like, but I'm looking at my phone." And somebody's had some hot take. What? I think I'd prefer to be in a photograph because a photograph is proper evidence that I was there.
Yeah.
Whereas a painting, you'd be like, "Well, maybe this is the guy who looks like him, or whatever."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'd be,
But if you're on your phone in modern day clothing,
yeah, that's probably true.
yeah. But either way, people would be like, "This is doctored" or whatever. But man, it would be just imagine through history people debating whether or not this thing is true. Remember that video turned up with that guy that people thought was on a cell phone,
Yeah, right.
but it turned out to be just some kind of listening funnel that
Yeah,
that
for
you're
sure,
deaf
right,
or whatever.
right. Yeah.
Malcolm says, "Hey guys, love everything you do and what you do for people that need help the most." We don't do that much. One question, all these great people who donate do. One question, if you guys could direct a Star Wars anthology movie, what would it be about? I just want to see the only Obi-Wan movie. Just make that and then shut them down.
Yeah, right.
That's all.
I
But,
mean,
I,
it'll-
but I don't
yeah.
want to direct it.
No, exactly.
Get someone good.
I don't know, Bounty Hunters movie.
You like the Boba Fett is a buffoon idea.
That would be
which we've
great.
talked
That'd be
about a
so
lot.
good.
Yeah.
Would people love it or hate it? They'd hate it.
They'd hate it.
Yeah,
But that's why I'd love it.
that's why I do it. That's why I'd want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got?
Let's see.
A lot of people just give money. And
I know
just,
that's true. Aaron Fortier wants to know what's your favorite sci-fi movie trailer and why is it Sunshine?
Well, that's a good trailer because you think it's like a reflection or something, and then it's you think it's the sun, but it's the reflection of the sun. That might
Yeah.
just be the start of the movie.
Sure, right.
I think the trailer.
That's a trailer. That's a preview for the movie itself, isn't it?
I think one of the trailers gives away too much. Like the second one, maybe.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have one?
That's the problem with trailers, especially sci-fi ones, is
Yeah.
they have to give away.
yeah.
Again,
The conceit. The
conceit.
premise.
I mentioned Terminator 2 a
Yeah.
lot, where it's like, okay, well now we know the twist at the 20-minute mark
And
of the
this
movie.
time, he's
we're-
a good guy.
Yeah, it goes, this time there are two. Terminator 2. I really like the trailer for Tron Legacy, which was made before the movie. It was
Oh,
made as
yeah.
like made as like a test reel. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, can I make this?
What if Jeff Bridges?
What if Jeff Bridges? So it's not entirely accurate to what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a cool. It raises a lot of questions.
Well, a good one. If we're talking Terminator 2, the very, very first one, it's the Arnold production line,
yeah,
which
right.
isn't in the movie. That's a very good trailer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now there are two, but one's a liquid man.
Liquid Man.
Lucas says, "Love your work, guys. My question is, do you remember the scene where John Malkovich calls someone an asshole in a slow trademark accent? I remember it so explicitly, but I can't think of a movie or scene it's from. This keeps me going at night, and you're my only remaining hope." I don't remember that at all.
Is it from being John Malkovich?
It probably is.
Could you not go through his John Malkovich's IMDb and determine which one it
Which
is?
one it is? Yeah, I don't know.
What steps has this man gone to determine? Like, has he looked up John Malkovich asshole
Maybe
on
Doesn't it-
YouTube?
I thought he'd say like, "Hey, fuckface." I'm sure he said that.
Yeah, that sounds like
Does that
him,
sound like
yeah.
Malkovich?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Can't help you. It's probably
that's-
Transformers 3.
Yeah, probably.
That one
This
is
is
in.
from Lewis Campbell. He's just written in all caps, Fallout Boy.
Yeah,
Maybe the band? I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah.
Tommy says, "Hey guys, any update on the slowest old man in the world who went past the podcast
Yeah.
recording once?"
Well, we don't live there anymore.
Yeah, but
we
he's-
don't live there anymore.
Neither of us live there, though.
Neither of us live there anymore.
but,
Yeah.
but he's dead. He
Yeah.
was so old.
Yeah,
he's
sure.
definitely dead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or while you're thinking, Henry Dodd says, "Would you rather have a big boob for a nose or two big noses for boobs, but the nose always have a cold?" Man,
Yeah, the second one, I
probably
think.
the boob noses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, easier to hide.
Easy to hide, yeah, and I think you could rig up some sort of...
Make you look like you were buff.
Yeah, some sort of tissue, filling up tissue situation. there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do we got here? What's else here? Eddie and Annabelle says, "Would you rather be Black Widow fighting the Winter Soldier Bucky or Tony fighting Guy Pearce Mandarin, but you only have one Iron Man suit?" You should. Yeah, you'd lose to Guy Pearce
Yeah,
because he's indestructible
for sure.
until he's not.
And then he dies.
But then he dies. But I think
Just
once,
wait him out.
Yeah, just wait. But once yeah,
Until it's like, oh, I'm not indestructible anymore.
But one suit is not enough to beat a Guy Pearce. So I would say, I think Black Widow could beat Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I think
they're
so.
fairly
Yeah,
evenly
for sure.
matched.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On a good day, she probably could.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is from Colin C. What are your favorite Vertigo comics?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
That's all right. I was going
Name
to say.
some.
Sorry.
Name some.
I really like
have to look.
Transmetropolitan.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Which is kind of a future dystopian saga about a gruff journalist called Spider Jerusalem.
and it's just the guy who wrote it.
Yeah, it's just Warren Ellis
Yeah.
being grousy about stuff.
Yeah. They did American Vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. I know, definitely other things though. Preacher. There you go.
That's a
Preacher's
good one.
great,
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Those are some good ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Sandman. They did Sandman. Adam says, keep up the amazing work. Can I be the official New York dialect coach of the pod? Yes. Sorry, man, but yours needs much improvement. I don't believe that at all.
Brutal.
Free
He's
of-
donated, so that's fair.
Free of charge. That's because you're a friend. Forget about
This
it.
is from Kurt McCohen. Can you please record some eps tackling incredible movies that are classics, e.g., Schindler's List, Citizen Kane, The Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather, etc.? I know
yeah.
these are great movies, but sometimes they're boring and have one-dimensional characters. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we've talked about this. The classic movies are often not good.
They're dull. They're
comparatively.
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I don't know. For a lot of people, I know a lot of people, Shawshank Redemption is their favorite movie of all time.
It's a good movie.
because it tackles men's issues.
Yeah.
Men being men.
Yeah.
I don't care for it.
Really?
I'm indifferent towards it completely.
I like it. Remember the
Wow.
bit where they're on the roof and they get beers?
No,
Yeah, that's men, Mason.
that is men. That's true. Yeah. Uh-huh. We could definitely do that. But,
Yeah.
would we do it one movie at a time, or would we throw a bunch in there?
We could even do, I don't know, because we've talked about doing a spin-off Patreon only thing.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that could be an element of it.
Yeah. Right. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'd like to tackle some other stuff. Joy Brata says, happy to donate such a good cause in return for some free TOEFOP. Great podcast.
That's
Very funny.
right.
2 Guys, 1 Cup and Philosophy. We don't have those last two. But they're both also good podcasts. Yeah, they're all great. Yeah. Kelly says, I listen to so many Planet Broadcasting podcasts. Oh, by the way, people, there's a bunch of bonus stuff. Did I mention that from other podcasts?
There are,
Linked
that's
below.
true.
So they're linked below for just for this campaign. It's great to see you throwing supports to the causes. You guys are the best and make my daily commute so enjoyable. Thank you.
Oh, Harry Sandbrook asks,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of equipment do you use to record and what kind of equipment do you use to edit?
It's a Zoom H6.
Yep.
We used a H4 and then we needed more mics. So we got this. And
And we've never needed more mics since then.
Yes,
So
that's right.
Could have gone back.
I just use Audacity, but I'm going to move over to Reaper as soon as I can be bothered to teach myself. It'll only take 10 minutes, but I've been putting it off for like 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I just know Audacity so well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Ed Graham wants to know, if you could make one change to either Fantastic or X-Men Origins Wolverine to improve the film, what would it be?
Just make an extra character in Fantastic Four. Just put the robot in.
Herbie the
Just
Robot.
make it dumber.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think you can fix those.
Yeah, one change.
One change, maybe Origins, just make the whole movie set in World War One or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Just do it like Wonder Woman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would say probably take out Deadpool.
Yes.
Or change that character so he's not Deadpool.
But I think also that works towards the new Deadpool.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't really have, new Deadpool without old Deadpool we hated.
Yeah.
So,
Will Downing says, any recommendations for entertaining a toddler on a rainy day other than countless hours of kids' TV? My son, he's got a little tray of cookies that he makes now, and he puts them in a little fake oven,
uh-huh.
and then he puts the topping on, and we sit down and we eat cookies. That's pretty good. And he'll do that for 4 hours.
Huh. Has he ever attempted to actually eat one of the fake cookies?
No, he knows they're wooden. He just
Okay,
pretends.
right,
Sometimes
uh-huh.
he bites them too hard. I'm like, ease up, mate.
Yeah, they're not going to turn into real cookies. All right,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anything running. We've got a mattress upstairs that I drag out and he'll just run and jump on it for hours on end, which is a lot of fun to watch and do. Also, wrestling's good.
Do you put it against the wall?
No, we put it on the ground.
Okay.
Also, wrestling, because it also gets them kind of they know how to.
Oh, I thought you meant watch the wrestling.
No, I mean
Okay.
like when they know they get to know their own strengths and limits and
Yeah, right.
and how not to hurt other kids and how to play friendly
and how obviously you could crush him anytime you wanted.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, because I don't have any kids. I don't understand. 'Cause
That you know about.
Oh, mate. That like I can't get in the mindset of like, you know, the kid will be like, "I'll race you," and then they run. And you pretend not to be fast, and then you
Yeah,
let 'em
right.
win. And then they're like, "Ha ha ha! I won." And I'm like, I'd just be like, "I pretended. Let's go again." Oh look, I've crushed you. Look at that. You didn't even get started. I'm on the other side. Look at that. I was
Yeah.
playing with you.
Yeah.
You'll never be good.
Yeah, because kids I think like to be chased as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
Uh-huh.
that's fun. They enjoy
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Doug says, "What's the most famous person you've met in the wild?" I once saw Orlando Bloom and watched his play in a pub. I heard he was a right dickhead to the wait staff.
Oh boy.
Oh, Bloomy. Oh, blooming.
Oh, Bloomy. Yeah. In the wild, I don't know.
And we saw Alan Tudyk that time.
Oh, yeah.
Is
There
he
we
the
go.
most famous?
Yeah, we didn't meet
He
him.
might.
though.
Yeah, he might be though the most. Well, we
Yeah.
saw him
He was the most off the telly person we've ever seen.
certainly.
In person.
That's not Australian.
Did we see any famous people when we went to that X-Men? We went to an X-Men
Hugh Jackman
premiere.
was there, but we didn't see
didn't
him
see him.
because there were so many people screaming.
Yeah, there was a lot of people screaming, and then later we saw an Instagram post where he's like, "I'm on the train.
It's just like
I'm
us.
just a regular guy on the train."
Yeah.
I don't know. I also don't. Yeah, very rarely see anybody famous. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like proper famous.
Proper famous, yeah.
And also, I'm not sure I would go up to somebody who was proper famous.
I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might give him a nod, just a bit of a
Yeah.
one of
Right.
those, mate.
Yeah.
But no, I'd probably leave him alone. To be
The
honest.
one time, no, I think I've mentioned this on the show, but one time I went past Australian musician Tim Rogers of the band UMI, and he was looking super cool. And
Yeah.
he looked me up and down my outfit, and he did one of those upward nods, like,
Did he
"Hey,"
really?
like, yeah, and I went, "Oh, oh, ooh.
Me?
Yeah, ooh." Like he was like, "Nice," like because we were dressed kind of similar. And he was
Oh,
like,
cool.
"Nice," and I went, "Yeah."
I'm not into somebody who's wearing like the same jacket as me, and they've just been like, "What the fuck is?"
Yeah, right. Get out of my face. Anonymous asks.
Yep.
Anonymous gave $109.
Whoa.
Yeah. If you had the Infinity Gauntlet and snapped your fingers, what would you make happen, and what or who would you make disappear?
I'd shrink my enemies to the smallest
Nice.
size. No, I don't know. What
I would make everyone who talks on their phone, like in a line at a fast food restaurant or something.
Yeah.
Like when they're interacting with like somebody at a McDonald's or a like a service station, like a gas station or something like that.
Yeah.
Throw in their phone, they die. That's how it works.
just die.
Yeah.
What about with people who get into a small space or just they're just near people and they're just on speaker in public? That annoys
yeah,
me.
that
That
annoys
annoys the
I think
shit
people
out
with
of me.
people with bad phone etiquette would cease to
Yeah,
exist.
fair enough. Yeah,
They just go.
We'd probably be in trouble then.
Yeah. I'd be like, "Oh no." What I'd do is I'd snap my fingers, and then I'd slowly look over to the right, and my phone's in my hand, and I'm at like a bank teller, and I'm like, "Oh no," and then I would start to dissolve slowly, and my phone would drop to the ground, and I'd be gone.
Cam says, would you rather have to tell Vin Diesel why he's an egg in a vest in a stuffy restaurant where he's likely to cause a scene or be a part of Shia LaBeouf's next project or art performance piece?
Shia
Me
LaBeouf,
too.
absolutely, yeah.
I'd be on board whatever
Whatever
crap
it is,
thing
yeah.
he wants to do.
Uh-huh.
I'd definitely
Unless it's
do
like, "Hey, we're all gonna put hoods on our heads and stand at a city square, and people are gonna beat us with sticks if they feel like it." I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I'd do the other thing.
The
then.
other thing, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, fair
But
enough.
if he was like, "We're going to make a movie.
Mm.
Do you want to be involved in some capacity?" I'd be like, "Absolutely, yes, 100%.
100%, yeah.
Mm.
Got an anonymous one here. But we get this a lot, but notice that Dick Mason doesn't use heavy cuss words. Not complaining. I think it's funny the way, like on Arrested Development. There you go, Mason. Where they bleep it every time. Is there a reason why? I think we've had this.
We've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, I was one of those pretentious kids who's like, "I don't need to swear to be. It's much wittier if I don't swear." Or
Well,
whatever.
that is true also.
And then I just caught it. Yeah, but sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I just caught in a loop where I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I do it sometimes. I just save it up for special occasions.
Yeah, like family dinners.
Like family dinners, exactly. I get it all out. I get it all out of the mashed potatoes.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
This is from Pooiest Magooiest, who asks,
Sorry for laughing, if that might be a real name.
if that is your real name, if it's Filipino or something. Would you rather have super strength but it only works in the shower, or the ability to fly but only at 1 mile per hour? Fly.
Okay, but if you're super strength, does that mean you can rig up one of those Karate Kid style costumes? You remember when he goes to the thing and he's got the fake shower?
Yeah, right,
But you
right.
do it with an actual... You got like a tank of water.
Yeah, right.
And you just do it. Does that count?
Oh, good question. Well, I think if it works in the shower, I
Yeah.
think you would have to be nude
Yeah.
and being showered on.
Yeah, I think it'd be handy if you really needed it. Like you could,
Yes.
if you lured someone into the shower, you had a home
Oh, sure.
invasion.
Right.
But I think there'd be too much involved in that to make that happen.
Yeah.
So probably the flight.
Yeah.
Because even though it's not fast,
Yeah.
you could clean your gutters. Like that in itself is like I'm looking outside. I'm like, I need to clean those
You gotta
gutters.
clean those gutters.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if you could fly, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Don't risk falling off the bloody roof.
That's right.
Tell you what.
Good
yeah, for
question,
sure.
though.
Fly for sure.
Yeah. A guy says, would you two start a separate podcast? And if so, what might it be about? Also, can I be the official Sappho of the podcast? Yes, you can.
What was the
that
question
we
again?
Talked about if we could start a separate podcast.
Oh, okay. Some people have asked if I should. Some people have said that I should interview people.
Yeah, you
and
should.
I've thought about it, and I would like to do it. What happened one time is I had a dream where I came up with an amazing, or maybe it wasn't a dream, but I definitely at some point I was probably at work and woozy, and I came up with a great name for it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and then minutes passed and I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
And when I remember what the name is, I'm gonna do the
You're
podcast.
never gonna remember
I'm never
that.
gonna remember it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's a shame.
It is a shame, isn't it?
You can think of another name.
I could think of another name.
You
yeah.
should do that though.
All right, I'll
But
do
what
it.
kind of people would you like to interview?
Uh,
You could interview me,
I'd interview you.
and then other people probably.
No, just you every week. Just you.
Just me. Is it like comedians or who?
Probably,
People you
yeah, I
know,
think so.
or-
Maybe comedians, maybe
Yeah.
bloody. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'll think of something.
If people can think of a good name or know the name that Mason thought of.
If
for
you
that
could think,
name.
maybe if you were there, maybe I screamed it out once.
Yeah.
Maybe I screamed it in my sleep.
You may. Also, it's tricky because you got to pick something that's not available on any social media platforms.
Exactly. Yes.
Claire and I actually, we're doing one together.
Mm-hmm.
We think it's going to be like a almost not an advice thing, but people just write and be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And then we give opinions.
Yep.
It's like from ranging from really stupid to not stupid, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're trying to get that off the ground, but it's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
Mason, what else?
Josh wants to know what are our best pitches for the Fantastic Four and the X-Men's introduction into the MCU.
How do you? Well, I think Fantastic Four. You do the '60s. I think we've talked about that.
Yeah. Right. Uh-huh.
And then you bring them to the present or whatever.
Yeah, that totally works. You could
Yeah.
say you could do it. 'Cause I mean, it's unfortunate because a lot of options have sort of been taken. Because Captain America, he was in the
Yes.
40s, and then he
Yes.
wakes up in the modern era. You could have the Fantastic Four in the 60s. They have some adventure. You know, they have a whole career in the 60s
Hmm.
doing secret stuff, and then they go through a time portal in there in 2018.
Yeah.
I think that would work, and they'd have to readjust or something.
Yep. Like Austin Powers.
Yeah, exactly. In the comic book Marvel universe, I believe they've currently been away doing stuff. They've been doing cosmic stuff for a long time.
Yep.
They've been putting the universe back together or something along those lines.
Yeah,
So
right.
you could just have them come back. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
simple.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Or
X-Men.
you do an origin, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to. No.
Not an origin, but you do just. They're pretty new at this.
I would prefer them to be veterans.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we haven't seen that yet, have we?
No, that's true.
Not really. Yeah.
It's just origin after origin.
Boy, is it.
X-Men, that's trickier because the idea being that mutants have been around for a long time. You can't... I would prefer that to be the case
Yeah.
because I don't want it to be... Oh, and then... But I guess you could do it after Infinity War. You could just
Yeah,
say...
but then you got mutants like Wolverine, who's been around for 200 years or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Is
Oh,
it-
you just say they've always existed.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the-
so, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But he's been doing it in secret or whatever.
Yeah.
Being a Wolverine.
Or you just say that now the mutants exist and people acknowledge that they exist and they're not. Like, the reality's been altered to the point where nobody's surprised that they exist anymore.
Okay. But then do you have to do the school again and all that kind of stuff? Because if I see that school one more time...
You're going to scream?
Yeah.
You're going to scream? Eee!
Dean Clark says, what qualities of a movie make it rewatchable to you? There are good movies I don't need to see again, like Snowpiercer, and bad ones that I see multiple times, like The Room. Yeah, I think if something's like taxing, then that's something I won't watch again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, some stuff that I think intense will do me in. Like, there's a lot of movies that I enjoy and they're they cover some heavy topics and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, it was good,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to go back to that.
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah. So, no, I think anything entertaining that's light, but not, I don't know, not like too light. Something you can cruise on through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Police Academy 6.
Yeah, 40 times in a week or whatever it was. Scott P says, happy belated Anzac Day. Wow, this is old. We did this in April, yeah. Please don't try to claim Taika Waititi as Australia's own. It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. We're going to.
He's
Also, that
ours.
wasn't phrased as a question. So, no. He's ours.
What else?
This is from Robert Keelty.
Hmm.
If you had to pick 2 actors each to portray your parents in a movie, who would they be? Looks, age, nationality, gender aren't important. Go with your gut. I'm going to go with Jason Statham for my dad.
I would have picked more of an Angry Anderson for your dad.
Wow. My dad's bald.
Yes, I'm speaking of bald guys. Yeah.
And my mum,
Glenn Close.
I was going to say Edna Mode from The Incredibles.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So a cartoon woman.
Yeah, and Jason Statham.
Okay, that makes sense. I would pick. I don't know. My dad.
I'm going to pick your parents, Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets. Just up there in the bloody wings being critical of me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sean says, hey, Nick and James, love the show. My question is if you could choose one comic book character team to put into a movie genre, what would you pick and what type of movie would you like to see them in? Phew.
Hang on, what are we
That's
doing?
a lot. Choose one comic book character or team and put them into a movie genre. Who would you pick and what type of movie?
Right. Okay.
We've talked about Avengers like Old West and stuff like that, haven't we?
Oh, yeah,
And you
okay.
mentioned like prehistoric Avengers.
There's
there's
Avengers
Black
1 million
Panther
BC.
and-
Yeah. Good question. There's been talk about a multiple man
Yeah.
appeared
I
TV
don't
or
know if
movie
that's gonna
appearance.
happen anymore.
No, I don't think it would. But I'd like to see maybe a hard-boiled detective
Yes.
movie with him in it.
James Franco was going to do it, but I don't
that's
think that's
right.
going to happen now.
No, maybe we could get Dave Franco.
Maybe we could get Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, exactly. Yeah.
What do you got, Mason? What have you got? Or I've got one.
Okay.
Michael Collins says, great of you two dickheads to do this. You're great guys. You're all great in a way. If you guys could guest on the podcast, what would it McG? Why would it be McG? Sorry, if you guys could have any guest on this podcast, why would it be McG? I couldn't have McG on because I hate everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a very nice man. I don't know that.
Yeah, right.
But
I also feel like,
he nearly got Superman.
yeah, I feel like your McGee's, your Michael Bays. I don't know if you'd get an honest conversation out of him, really.
I don't think I could be like, because I'd want to be like, why is everything so crap?
Right.
And I'm not going to say that to
No,
someone.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's no point. There's no point. I wouldn't bring anybody on to have an argument with them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, but I'd kind of, and I think that would show up with their entourage, and the entourage would be like, but like they wouldn't just come in through the door, and you'd be like, hey man, nice to meet you, and you take a seat and talk. Like their entourage would come in first, and their manager would come in and be like, now remember, you can't ask them anything about this and this and this and this. And anyway,
Yeah.
he'll be with you in a moment, and you'd be like, he's in the other room.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Apparently, Michael Bay, very nice man. A lot of people have said that.
There you
But I
go.
don't
I'm
know-
sure.
I don't know
Yeah, I'm
whether-
sure he is. Yeah.
But we don't know that. Maybe he's a terrible man. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe Ryan Johnson would be interesting to talk to about the Last Jedi backlash. Sit down.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Talk about that. Yeah.
But again, isn't that something he's talked about tens of thousands
Yeah, well,
of
that's
times?
also true.
Yeah.
What about Josh Trank in Fantastic Four? Talk about that.
Is he crazy or not crazy?
I think he went crazy during filming that, but
Yeah.
I think he might be uncrazy again.
Okay. Tough to
I don't
say,
know.
and it's also tough because in a lot of instances, I think some of these guys would want to get back in the directing ladder, so they can't be like, Marvel screwed me over and I hate them and I hate all that
Exactly,
stuff,
yeah.
so I'll never work with them again or
Because
whatever.
then you're the guy who made Boondock Saints, and you make one movie, and then every studio hates you. 'Cause
Yeah, right. Is
whatever
that what happened?
there. Yeah, something happened. They had
Okay.
a massive falling out. Yeah. What do you got?
This is from PRZEMYSL with a line through the middle AW. Presemslaw
Oh, yeah.
Dudek. Question for Jess Perkins. Did you finally get the tattoo done? Yes, she did.
Did she get it done?
She did get it done.
I don't think I've heard that episode
No,
then.
she has. She's
What
got
did she
it
end up getting?
It's like a couple of lines.
Nice. Very
I think
good.
it's on her Instagram.
Very good, Jess Perkins, who's not listening to this.
No, absolutely not.
Joe Davis says, my question is for James. You've been successful on YouTube and podcasting, but do you miss teaching? Love the show. Keep up what you're doing. I do, but I love the freedom
For sure,
of this.
right.
And I love being at home with my family. It's like my favorite thing in the world to just be at home. You too as well, right? You love
Yeah.
being at my home.
Yeah, I love being at your home. Oh, it's so good.
But I miss
Yep.
actual teaching
Right,
when
okay.
you're in a room.
Uh-huh.
But I
You miss
hate.
turning your chair around.
I do.
And straddling the
I
chair.
genuinely do.
Wow.
But I don't miss the endless meetings and the pointless paperwork and the standardized testing that's getting out of control and it stresses kids out.
And the fact that you also had to be the IT department. In a
They're
lot of
doing that
cases.
as well. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah,
But
right.
actual teaching is great.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, that element I miss. Yeah.
Sammy asks, hey, do you still think they're making the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie?
Yes.
I think they're also making it. There's a documentary on Netflix.
They're filming it outside.
Oh, what? It's Skunk Man. Hey, Skunk Man. There's a documentary on Netflix about. I've just put it on my queue. It's about the.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
is it the just
The
the
toys that
creation?
made
it's-
us.
No, it's a separate. It's a separate documentary just about He-Man.
Really?
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
it seems to cover all the toys and the TV show and the movie and stuff like that. So
I'd love to do some-
Going to get into that.
Some Caravan of Garbage He-Man episodes. So
Yeah.
I hope they make it.
Mm-hmm.
Adam says, no question from me. Just keep up the great work. We
Oh.
will. And Steve says, Canadian mate here. One of you guys are in Australia are into the hip-hop scene at all. Some of my absolute favourite bands include the Hilltop Hoods and Bliss and Esso. I've seen them both live. Love you guys. I don't mind those two, but I don't like Australian hip-hop.
I like one of them and think the other one's the worst group in the world.
Wow.
Guess which is which. Don't guess. I quite like Australian hip hop.
Yeah.
It gets a bad rap, if you will.
Yeah, because it's mostly about going to a music festival.
It's mostly about
most of the songs.
It's mostly about
Drinking
drinking beer
titties.
and hanging with mates. It's all about that.
I'm not into it enough to know.
Yeah, right. I used to way back in the day. I used to be in a really old school Australian hip hop.
Yeah.
like bloody meta bass and bloody what was his name?
Peter Andre.
Not Peter Andre. God damn it.
Sounds like you weren't that much into
No,
it,
I've,
Mason.
I've forgotten all the names. It's
What-
from
what old-
Weapon X and Ken Hell.
Matt says... Oh,
I
any
think of
others?
more Australian hip hop artists.
I can't
as
think
we
of
go.
any. Matt says, slap Mason right in the chops.
Ow! I'm here trying to find Australian hip hop artists.
I got you in the chops.
You did. It's true.
And Alexander says, hey, boys, now that... I said that a bit condescensually. Hey, boys. Hey.
Hey boys.
Now with Infinity War is in the books, and then the conclusion of Avengers 4, do you think...
I really like Briggs. Briggs is a good Australian hip hop artist.
I don't know, Briggs.
Briggs, AB original.
Briggs!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So at the conclusion of Avengers 4, do you think... who do you dickheads think are going to grab those gems? I think they're going to split them up. They're either
Yeah,
going
right.
to destroy it, or they're going to give one to Captain America and one to Doctor Strange, or whatever like they do in the comics. Do you agree, Mason?
Yeah, I think Adam Warlock's going to take them all
Yeah, good.
and be like, I'm going off doing cosmic stuff.
I don't think he's going to turn up at all. I think Brie Larson might do it
Right, okay.
for Captain Marvel.
But I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to take him out of the picture completely because otherwise, it's just like I don't want the next phase of Marvel to just be like, what's Tony Stark going to do with his Infinity Stone? Nothing. Leave
Oh,
it
yeah, fair
alone.
point,
I don't want
yeah.
I don't want them to be. I want a different threat. Like
Yeah.
it's been literally 10 years building up to this. I don't want the next phase to them just be doing like, okay, well let's do that again.
I want them to do Civil War again,
Uh-huh.
but do the Captain Marvel one. I don't think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
comic's great, but I think that would be an interesting dynamic to do it that way. The comic's okay. Or Evil Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Brad Strutt. That's an Australian hip hop artist. that I
Good
enjoy.
Strut. What era are these guys from?
Like the 90s? Like
Wow.
the mid 90s.
I remember the 90s.
Yeah, they
I
were
was
good,
there.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Matt says, what are some technical aspects of the setup for recording and editing on YouTube? Workflow, software, hosting choices. Omni for hosting. Software, I just started using Adobe, but I use another thing called Movie Edit Pro also. Audacity I mentioned. Zoom. The podcasts are called, the microphones are called Audio Technica something.
Nice.
We've got pop filters and stands.
Mine's red, yours is blue.
Yeah, that's just the foam though, Mason. They're the same microphone.
No, but I reckon mine's better.
Yeah, it can be.
Thank you.
You dickhead.
Come on. This is from Tammy Webb. Tammy Webb gave $109.
It's not enough.
I know.
You're
Yeah.
right. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, exactly. Come on, mate. Lift your game, Tammy. No, but she specifically said, James, Nick, and Ollie, what makes you happy? And Ollie's in the room. So I'm like, Ollie, Ollie likes napping.
She loves napping.
Ollie likes getting up in my business
Yep.
when I'm trying to record a podcast. Ollie likes licking herself, like licking her paws,
She does.
but on the couch.
On
so
the couch,
so the
yeah.
couch is covered in drool
Yes.
by the end of the podcast. Ollie likes that.
She likes chasing a ball.
That's true.
She likes barking frantically when someone's at the door, unless it's someone she knows, and then she can tell before they're at the door, so she doesn't bark.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really bark at you anymore.
That's true.
But other people she will.
Yeah. Ollie likes it when I bring a pizza over.
That's true.
And I sneak her a bit of like bacon
You
or
son
something.
of a bitch.
That's right. I know she can't have bacon.
No, she can have it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
She just can't eat a slice of pizza
No,
because I
that's
think
true.
it would
yeah.
kill her.
Yeah, it would kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a sensitive tum.
She does have a sensitive tongue.
What makes you happy though, Mason? All of those things?
Yeah.
Licking your hands until the couches.
Exactly. A bit of hand licking. Time off was what I like.
Oh, mate.
As a adult,
Yeah.
it's time off and sleeping in. That's what I love.
Oh, you ain't kidding. One thing I do miss is actually school holidays,
Uh-huh.
but not doing anything because
Yeah.
there's no real holidays for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So you just kind of,
Yeah.
you're always.
You know what? I love a good lunch.
Yeah, you do love it, but you hate being interrupted in a lunch.
That's true, I do. Oh, that's who else would die when the snap. I would like to think that the Infinity Gauntlet snap would just eliminate everybody. I wouldn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like it would just know. So I think people who interrupt me during lunch would also
would
disappear.
automatically go. What about Brad Dourif? Would he go?
Who's that?
He's in his Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings.
Why would he go?
Do you like him?
I don't
Would
have
it snap people who you haven't met who you wouldn't like?
Now it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Liam
Yeah.
says, Mason,
Yes.
I really want to know what it's like performing at comedy festivals after so many years of just accosting comedians that there until they become your friend. Even if you don't answer this, congratulations all the same. What was that like, Mason?
Hang on, which bit?
You
When we did our live show.
but you've been on some live stuff as well.
I guess, but it's only in a like a guest podcast scenario.
Yes.
I don't actually perform.
You're not like,
so.
have you ever wondered what's the deal with getting a boner?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hang on, let me write that down. All right. I think we've found found two things. We've found the opening for my stand-up set, and we've found the name of my podcast, which I'm going to do. Hey, what's the deal with getting a boner?
But how do you find getting up on stage?
I hate it.
Yeah,
It's
me
not
too.
for me. I don't like it at all.
I don't get a buzz from it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
A lot of people do. I was
Yeah.
listening to our friends do go on. They did a podcast about Freddie Mercury from
Yeah.
Queen, and apparently he loved. Like I was just they talk about how much he loved being on stage, and he loved seeing the crowds and working with the crowds
Yeah.
and making them happy and whatever. And I'm like, I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah,
Yuck.
that's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Anonymous says, "What type of dog does James have?" I think we've answered this before. A mix.
Yeah, we don't
Bit
know,
of bloody
really.
everything. Yeah.
But we're gonna test her now.
You can do that. You can get dogs tested. Yeah.
But then they'll just try and sell her stuff,
Like what?
like doggy obesity pills and
Little
stuff.
shoes.
Little shoes, exactly.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
shoes for doggy DVT.
Mark says, "Okay, gents, no question. I just want you to mention my kids so they can hear the names on the podcast. Luke, 10, Ava, 8, and Noah, 2.
What funny names? Luke 10. Did you name him after Ben 10? You goose.
Keep up the good work. P.S. Sorry for Trump. I'm not bloody touching that one, Mason.
Oh, mates.
But we're big fans, aren't we?
We know.
Mason, sorry, James, does Mason have a sibling you hate? I don't know your sister.
Yeah, but I do have one.
Yeah. So, no, I don't hate her.
Yet.
Do you want me to hate her?
Nah, she's fine.
All right, then.
Cool, man. Yeah.
What else is up?
Let's see. Martin Neusterning says, "Hey mates, thanks for the content and for being a great help in learning this bloody language. Wonder what his deal is.
Good
Do you think he's a
question.
space alien?
Yeah,
Space alien.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's an astronaut's wife situation, I
Yeah.
believe. JLM says, keep up what you're doing. Oh, sorry, JLM wedding photography. There you go.
Stan Rickard Thomason also says, keep doing what you are doing, boys.
We'll do it.
That's right.
Lou Yang says, what's your favorite animals? Dogs!
I like gorillas. Like
Yeah.
do they have to be animals that I can keep as a pet?
No,
Okay. Because even if the answer was yes, I'd still say silverback gorillas.
but they're
The
so
big
mean.
ones.
They'll kill you.
It doesn't matter. They're
punch
so
you.
big. Have you seen one?
Yes.
Looks like a man in a suit.
I've been gorilla walking, Mason,
Ah,
trekking.
ugh.
I did Matt Stewart's podcast, Primates, and I
yeah,
talk about
nice.
it. I said exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, it's not much. Can you boys sing the Australian national anthem from Paul?
Australians, all let us rejoice, For we are young and free.
Young and free.
With golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea.
Girt by sea.
Our land abounds in nature's gifts. Our beauty rich and rare.
Rich and rare.
In history's praise at every stage, advance Australia fair.
In joyful
strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
It's a horrible song.
And there's a second verse, but we're never taught the second verse.
Beneath our
Radiant sun
That's all I
across.
know.
Where is it boundless plains to share?
Don't know.
They don't say that anymore, do they? Political, not touching that one. Boy, it's weird. It's weird because they drilled that into us at primary school. I think.
I know a lot of hymns as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Matthew says, "How you doing?"
Good.
All right.
Yeah, good.
It's a nice day.
After that singing,
That
yeah.
stirring rendition.
Yeah.
Rinka says, "Nothing to ask. Just want to let you know that I still think it's really great that you're using the internet fame for good cause. And thank you for reading the message from last year. I wish you all the best."
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is from George Brenner. He gave $200.
$2,000.
Yeah, $2,000. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He says, "What's yours?
Flavor.
You're close. What's your and Claire's and my favorite cuisine?"
Cuisine.
Yeah. What I do like, I'm trying because I'm a grown up now. Technically, I'm like, well, I should probably stop eating pork because it's an intelligent animal and it's the kind of thing. But man, I love roast pork and applesauce.
Good, isn't it?
I love it. So
Do
good.
you like the crackling skin?
Oh yeah, there's a place in Melbourne called Mr. Crackles now.
Yes.
And they just do you can get a roll full of roast pork and chips. It's so good.
That sounds amazing.
Oh,
I love.
there's also cheese in it and gravy.
That's all your favorite things.
I know.
Yeah, I like a Vietnamese pork roll. You ever those?
Yeah, they're good,
Those are
yeah.
really good, and you have like the different the sauces and whatever, and there's like a crispy white loaf of bread that it's in and whatever. Yeah, but I love a roast too. Can't go past it.
Mashed potatoes.
I'm okay with that.
I love a mashed potato and gravy.
I know you do.
Anything where there's too much meat and cheese. Mac and cheese.
Mac and me.
Yeah, Mac and Me, the movie. Reese's Pieces. Is that what was in Mac and Me?
Yeah, probably. One of those things.
I'm a huge fan of the worst thing in the world, which is the halal snack pack, which is layer of chips, like hot French fries.
Yep.
Layer of melted cheese, layer of meat, and then sauce, like barbecue sauce.
And you eat it with your feet.
Yeah, I eat it with my feet. Exactly.
What do you eat that with? Big old fork?
Eat it with a
Hands?
fork, yeah. Not with your hands.
You can eat it with your hands.
You're a monster.
You know, like
love
a
love
nacho
good
situation.
poutine. It's hard to get though a lot of the time.
Like a good one?
Like with proper, because a lot of places in Melbourne will advertise this is poutine, but it's just chips and gravy and cheese.
Lazy.
If you don't want cheese, you want cheese curds.
Yes.
So which they don't always have, but sometimes at Mr. Burger in Melbourne they'll have poutine. Sometimes they don't.
What a world, eh?
I know, right? Yeah.
Thomas says, if you were to create a road trip movie where two characters from different cinematic universes, what two would you pick? I'd like to see Wolverine and Jar Jar Binks, the original
Wow.
Odd Couple.
Wow.
Ooh, you want two people who hate each other.
Yeah, they don't get along, but then they respect each other
No,
towards the
I
end.
want them to just not get along.
Not get along ever. Okay.
Yeah, let's do Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, real life,
Wow.
because they really hate each other.
Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, that sounds really good. Yeah.
There'd
You
be
could
no
do it-
turning point.
You could do it Jim Jarmusch style, where you
Who's
just
Jim Jarmusch?
he directed Ghost Dog with,
Oh, yeah.
with Forrest Whitaker, but he also directed that movie Coffee and Cigarettes, which is it's that black and white movie,
Mm.
and it's like a series of unconnected vignettes where people are drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes, and it's various famous people.
Okay.
Like there's one where there's two members of the Wu-Tang Clan are just having a conversation. Bill Murray's also there. Like it's just these weird.
That sounds good.
It's really
Is it a good
interesting.
movie?
I mean, it's not a movie so much.
But it's a series of vignettes.
It's a series of vignettes, so they're probably all on YouTube. It's one of those movies
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
just
Very good.
Marcos Vasquez wants to know: will we ever do another episode like the different versions of Batman that we did, like different versions of Spider-Man? I'd be
Yes.
keen for that. That'd be
We'll
good.
probably do it before Spider-Man is in London.
Nice. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eric said, what microphones do you use? I think we said that before, didn't we?
Audio
Technica.
Technica somethings.
What did you start out with? We started out with blue snowball mics.
Yes. Right.
Horrible.
Yeah.
They're not good for this.
We started with one.
Started with one, yeah.
microphone that we spoke into.
And you can tell if you listen to those first however many episodes.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Heath Crudenia wants to know who do we cast Nicolas Cage in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
No one. A
Really?
voice. Just no.
Okay.
Maybe. What about like a shield higher up? Or is he too...
No, I don't like that. He's too crazy.
What about Mogo? Modoc.
MODOK, wow, okay. Yeah, I've always seen John Hodgman as MODOK. I would like to see him
Yeah,
as
okay, he'd be a
MODOK.
good Modoc.
I reckon Nicolas Cage, I reckon like an insane gang, like a mob boss or something like that.
What about a Doc Ock? Or like a Green Goblin?
I think he's,
which I think he nearly was.
well, Heath has suggested Green Goblin.
Okay,
so that
yeah.
would
I
work.
think you could do a big
Yeah.
Green Goblin. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I reckon like a mob boss of some sort. Maybe Hammerhead. He's got a metal plate in his head.
He could do that.
Yeah, that's what I agreed. Probably already has a metal plate in his head.
No doubt.
Probably won it in an auction from Leonardo DiCaprio.
David says, James, how did Claire tell you she was pregnant and how did you react? I was there when we found out and I reacted well. It was a positive experience.
Good for you.
It was also like, I thought this would take longer. You
Yeah,
know,
right, uh-huh.
Now I have to have a kid in 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was very good news. And Meso, how did you react when you found out? You found out before we told you because I think we left the ultrasound on the fridge or something.
No,
didn't we?
you had. I think I went into your kitchen to get a glass of water, and there was like, it was like vitamins for when you're pregnant. Like it was on the table, and I'm like, I wonder if James is pregnant.
But you didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know.
You never ask.
You never ask.
Yeah. I know you're worried that one day the baby podcast dog will replace you as co-host. Do you think you should be worried about that, Mason?
Look, you're a menace dog. No, I don't think she has that many opinions. Also, how are you going to get her into the movie theater? You're going to sneak her in a gym bag? You could.
Yeah, you could.
Put a hole in there. Oh, now I am worried.
If you snuck her in a gym bag, you have the legs sticking out, and you just hold the handles, and she could just walk in.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you could just
nice.
be like, it's a smart bag.
Yeah.
It's like one of those robots you always see on Twitter that can open a door or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of people being like, this is a terrifying robot of the future, and it's just like a deer.
Uh-huh.
Like, show me, when's the next step? You show me one that can, I don't know, that can wield a sword better than a person. then I'll be,
Are you saying those
scared.
can't? I reckon they probably can.
well, show me it then. Because
Well,
it's always
they
the
will.
same thing. It's like, this can go upstairs. Okay.
Right, but imagine that thing just colliding with you in a small room. Like, I'd rather fight a guy with a sword, quite frankly.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, there you go. What do we got here? Andrew says, hey, James and Mesa and all the Planet Broadcasting great mates. Great job with the annual charity. Think it's a wonderful idea. Where do you guys see Planet Broadcasting going? Do you plan to add more podcasts, extend to different media, expand to other countries? Will we plan to try to interview more celebrities like Edgar Wright? Thanks, Andrew. It's not really our area, interviewing people. We kind of do it if it comes our way, but we don't.
And I stress about it. I don't know about how you feel
Oh,
about
I definitely
it.
stressed about
Yeah,
it.
uh-huh.
Like the Lee Whannell one was... Well, you missed that one,
Uh-huh.
which made me stress even more.
Right.
But I think it went well.
Yeah. And the Edgar Wright one was quite... Because he was... Here's the thing about the Edgar Wright one. He didn't shake hands. I think he did a fist bump.
He did.
Because he was like...
really sick,
He
yeah.
was sick. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he was really sick. I think I was really sick. And I think his handlers were like, one of them's really sick. Do not shake their hands.
But in the Q&A the night before, George Miller, he was sick because George Miller talked about it.
Okay, right. Well,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
then. All right. Okay.
Maybe it was. Maybe he
Maybe
just
it's a
didn't like...
combination of the two.
Because afterwards, I went to fist bump him and he went to shake my hand. And
See,
I'm like,
exactly.
what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. And you don't know, like, I've heard a lot of stories about, like, various celebrities and actors and whatever who they don't shake hands or they
Howie
only do
Mandel
this.
doesn't? Is that right?
Sorry?
The bald comedian?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't. He's germophobic.
germaphobe, yeah.
But yeah, like, they don't shake hands or they don't do this or they don't do that or, you know, they don't answer questions about a certain thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, do we have to walk on eggshells every time? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nicole Garcia wants to know if we created an Australian superhero team, the Ozvengers, what would be their powers?
Drinking, goon stuff. Except for the goon bag.
Drinking from a goon bag, which is the sack of wine.
Or goon of fortune.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is where you peg it to a clothesline and you spin it and whoever it lands on has to drink from the bag.
Yeah, it'd be almost exclusively drinking games.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't think there's any... I don't think Australia's culture is that different from anywhere else.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Having travelled, Mason,
Oh.
both of us,
Oh, yeah, right.
but more so me.
Ugh.
And we're not that. It's not that different. And the stuff in this, like a city, is not that different from a city anywhere, really.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but goon stuff. Brian says, The question is for many of the podcast hosts who care. Would you rather be A, stuck in a lift with the Hulk after he's just chowed down a whole lot of burritos, or B, stuck in lifts with nude crazy Thor, Eric Selvig, but someone told Eric Selvig you wanted to hear all these theoretical physics theories?
I reckon the second one.
Yeah, because he wouldn't kill you.
Yeah,
Hulk,
with
I
his-
think, could accidentally kill you at
Yeah,
any
right.
time.
Uh-huh.
Or he'd fill up the elevator with Hulk feces and you'd drown.
Yeah, right.
All of
Uh-huh.
these things.
All those things, but I would. Yeah,
But also the Hulk could get out of the elevator, presuming he can't in this
yeah. I'm
scenario.
presuming he doesn't want to get out of the elevator.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Jen S wants to know, how do you keep your mind focused while tram driving? That's for you.
Oh, well, look, it's not about what's around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what's in front of you. But you also got to look around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I keep focused.
It says this. The question continues. I watch out for danger, but I regularly nearly miss a stop. So I guess Jen is also a tram driver.
Maybe.
Maybe. Where are you from, Jen? What's your deal? Email in. What's
Well,
going on there?
How do you keep... Well, you can't do anything else, can you?
That's true. Yeah, exactly. I'm sort of.
Yeah.
You're sort of focused by default.
You're
so-
not on your phone.
Not on your phone, not
Well, you
allowed.
can be fired immediately for that, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
never on that.
Is it
but-
hard, though? Do you find yourself ever... Shit, I've tuned out.
I mean, sometimes, but it's like any
It's
job
like
like that.
driving, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, you know how if you're driving a car and you're on a long trip, maybe you're on a highway or something like that, or maybe you're driving to some place you've been 100 times, and you just like, I was there and now I'm here.
Yeah,
like
right.
that intervening space disappears.
Yeah.
So
because
I
your
guess
brain doesn't need that information.
it doesn't need that information anymore. That's mostly fine. I mean, you got to stay alert because I just have some snacks, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you
That's-
can snacks.
You can snacks.
What kind of snacks do you do?
I have like a nut,
Like a poutine?
like a poutine, like a nut bar or some sort.
Yeah, right,
Be
okay.
getting an espresso and nut bars.
That's good.
Espresso and dark choc, they're very nice.
Keep you alert.
yeah,
Keep you alive.
but that's the thing because I will find in my daily life if I don't have a little something, I get a bit fuzzy sometimes.
Yeah,
I had
absolutely.
a couple before this to stay focused.
How you feeling?
Great.
100%.
I could do this for 200 hours, except I have to go to work at some point.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Akika says, first time donator, big fan of the podcast, even if I'm a few episodes behind. Well, that's not good enough.
Not good enough.
But thank you for your donations. Mina says, when are you guys coming to LA for a live show? That'd be cool.
We'll get there.
Maybe.
I hope so.
I'd like to.
We'll get there before our popularity wanes.
Definitely. I'd like to go back and do some other stuff with some more people there, if given the opportunity. Yeah.
Jake Iverson wants to know, James, I know you're a Hamilton fan. What's your favourite song from the musical?
Good question. Well, My Shot's probably good. I like that one. The one, Wait For It's good. The whole soundtrack's very good. It's I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but they're all bangers, mate. I'll tell you that
Yes.
much. It's really good. Jason says, James and Meso, what impacted you the most about weekly podcasting since you started in 2013? Biggest rewards, challenges, surprises? Thank you for finding a way to get back to the world. Claire's ringing. To get back to the world.
I'll take it.
Too often headlined by people taking. Sorry. Yes, sorry. I got that phone call mid. What have we got here? Jason Wills. James and Meso, what has impacted you the most about weekly podcasting since you started in 2013? Biggest challenges, rewards, surprises? Thank you for giving back, etc. and so on. We are good blokes, Mason.
We had some of the best blokes. Well, we're not.
No.
Everybody who's donated is a good bloke.
That's right.
We've facilitated their good blokedom, is what we've done, ultimately.
They're good bloke woke.
Yes, I've met a lot of people, which is interesting.
Yeah.
People have said hello in the
Yeah.
street, which is less threatening than I'm used to.
Yeah. Do you get stopped a lot?
I was after our live show. I got stopped a lot, and then
Yeah.
it's dropped off a bit.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what's going on there.
You need another taste then, don't
yeah,
you?
that's right. The taste of that fame.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I think it's better money than teaching, or it can
Okay.
be,
uh-huh.
but it's also more unstable.
Oh yeah,
There's
for
that
sure.
element
Right,
of it.
exactly.
But,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Look, it's good to know that people we get a lot of feedback that's just like, thanks for the podcast. You've made me laugh, and that's very rewarding.
And
So.
sometimes we get some very negative feedback.
You sure do,
also,
and that's
yeah.
very rewarding. Also, I
Yeah.
love it. Yum yum yum.
Feels good.
I've
No,
just noticed in your house,
Yeah,
in this room,
yeah.
there's a little speaker, there's
Yeah.
a little amp,
That's an amp. for
and the
Claire's.
brand is Fishman.
Yeah, Fishman amp. You familiar with those?
Fishman.
I don't know. It's Claire's. She plays guitar. I don't know what she does.
Fishman.
I don't know what to tell you, mate. What do you want from me?
I think your wife's having an affair with a fishman. Probably Jason Momoa.
And that's
That's his amp.
okay. Is that how
He's stenciled his name on it.
That's pretty good. I don't feel like he could draw that. He could write that
No,
well.
he probably got it done.
He probably got it.
Yeah.
You're right. He probably got it.
Here's a
done.
question from Michael Howard.
Okay.
I want to preface that he says, here's a fun hypothetical for you guys. And then he says, would you rather be trapped in the Apollo 13 disaster with Harrison Ford, Han Solo, Empire Strikes Back, or Alden Ehrenreich just after Solo? So it seems to me suggesting would you rather be in the Apollo 13 disaster with Han Solo, the character, or Alden Ehrenreich, the actor? After the movie Han Solo, when he's really depressed, presumably.
No, but I would say off the back of that, he's not the reason that movie.
I agree. Yeah,
yeah. I think he'd be quite chipper.
Yeah.
I think it could have been much, much worse for him.
I think this is more the situation of who's going to get you out of the disaster. I don't think the disaster's going to solve itself.
No, I think Harrison Ford would be more likely to, because he has some aviation experience.
I think that's probably true. Yeah,
but you'd probably die either way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because he'd punch you to death.
He'd punch you to death, but very slowly in space.
Mm-hmm. Michelle says, bring back the Great Mates Facebook Lives. Because in the Great Mates, in the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group, we do live Q&A stuff. Yep. I've done one, you've done one. Mm-hmm. Claire did one, Adam Knox did one. Mm-hmm. We should do more of those. Levin's one. We should do more of those.
Absolutely.
We'll get to that. We'll pick some people and we'll make them do it.
We don't want to kind of run things into the ground. It's the same because we were releasing shows of other podcasts during the week as well on a Thursday. So we've done half. And then either late this year or next year, we'll do the other half. That's the idea. Call. So, yeah. But no, that was actually fun to do. Daniel says, don't have a question, but keep up the good work. Been listening since 2014. I haven't missed one yet.
Thank you. I haven't missed one either. How many have you missed?
I've missed two.
Yeah.
Tyler says, I don't have a question, but you folks are all right. Sam says, hello, mates. If you had to pick a superhero power for each of you, what would it be? We did that.
Yes, social media power.
Wolverine phone hands or whatever you said.
Not even social, because I don't have that, but I'm always on this phone, I tell you what.
But you love phones.
I do love phones, it's true. They're incredible, though.
There's got a lot of...
Imagine somebody handed you one of these 20 years ago.
You'd kill yourself.
Yes! With joy. This was from Nicholas Viespoli.
Yeah.
He really loves Caravan of Garbage. His personal favourite is the one where we try to find Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
That's my favourite too.
Well, I was going to say, do you have an episode that you consider to be your favourite? So it's the Star Wars one.
Yeah. I like the ones where there is a narrative to them. Like there's a thing that we're trying to do and then it either works out or something really... Yeah. I quite like the Jedi Power Battles one.
Right,
I think that ends in a really funny way.
They are pretty good. I think maybe I enjoyed... that we did a Game of Thrones one.
Oh yeah,
and it's a game that never gets started.
Yeah,
because oftentimes we're like, okay, we'll play this for half an hour and we'll see.
We'll get 10 minutes out of it.
Yeah, we'll get 10 minutes out of it, and we played it, and it's clearly a game designed for the 100 hour. You settle in for 100 hours because we played that for half an hour and literally nothing happened. Yeah. We didn't even.
It was a great game.
It was the worst game.
Yeah, well, I like the Walking Dead one actually.
Yeah,
I thought that was a fun episode. Yeah. It's the middling ones which I find a bit kind of flat. Yeah.
If it's just like, hey, it's a standard issue side-scrolling beat 'em up or something. That's usually quite boring because it never goes. Yeah. A lot of we've done a lot of Marvel ones which are a bit like that, where it's just like get to the end of the level and go up and down and punch, and they're all the same. But it's ones where it's mystifying that anybody... because I get why you play that, because people go, oh, I love Captain America, I'll play as Captain America or Spider-Man or whatever. It's mystifying to me, the games that are so bad, you're like, why did you release this? Where it's like, why do I need to push B and A at the same time to jump?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I could just push A to jump. Why have you reversed the controls? Why did you think you were better? Why did you think that B should jump?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why on earth would you think that was right?
Actually, I love the Mummy one. And the Planet of the Apes one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Excruciating.
I love those just first steps into 3D games.
Yeah, right.
Because they're so terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, they're all good.
They're all great, aren't they?
Yeah.
If we're more spoilers, don't read if you haven't seen it. It's from May 1st. Ring-a-ding-ding. Tony will sacrifice himself to get Peter, and the last thing he'll say is, with great power comes great responsibility, fully becoming Uncle Ben's surrogate. Any thoughts? Yeah, you're wrong. That's not what happened.
Maybe he means in Avengers 4, though.
Oh!
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes. Christopher Sutton wants to know, what is James's honest opinion on Mason's beard?
I like it.
I'm right here. Thank you.
Look, the long beard,
Yeah.
I would keep it shorter because I'd feel like I couldn't keep that controlled. You
Yeah, I
pull it off.
understand,
Yeah.
yeah.
How long are you going to keep it for, do you think?
Good.
Like, would you go shorter? Would you go longer? Would you?
What I
trim it?
tend to do is I go shorter if I've got like an event or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So like, 'cause if I have to wear a tie, I'll trim it down
yeah.
so you can see
So
the
you can
tie.
see the tie,
you
yeah,
can see
yeah.
the tie. But obviously, the length suggests that I haven't been to any events in quite some time.
But it's not out of control,
No,
though.
it's not
you know
out of
what I mean?
control.
You keep it in check.
Yeah, you gotta. You blow dry it once, and then you blow dry it cold, and then it
blow
sets
dry
in.
it cold.
Blow dry it cold.
What do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
you blow dry it hot
Yeah.
to dry it out, and then,
Yeah.
then you straighten it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you blow dry it cold, and it sets it in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
thank you.
What do you think of my beard, though?
It's good.
Too
I like
short?
it. No, it's nice. It's
Okay,
good.
cool. Thanks.
It's good. Yeah.
I'm thinking of going clean shaven. I haven't
could
done
do
it
it.
for a while.
When was the last time you shaved your everything off?
2013, I think
Right.
was the last
You
time.
weren't even clean shaven during your bloody wedding, mate.
Nope. I certainly wasn't.
Do you think people will look back on those photos and be like, shoulda, or do you think
Definitely.
that you should have?
Yeah.
Really?
I think because, you know, it's when you look back at like our dads getting married. I mean, your
Yeah.
dad was bald, presumably. I
He
don't
wasn't.
know.
He wasn't bald, but he had like the side. He had long on the sides.
Did he?
Yeah.
My dad had huge mutton chops.
Yeah, right.
So-
But here's the thing, though. I think objectively, you look good in those photos.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for now.
And I think maybe what'll happen is the trend will change.
Yes.
And they'll clean shaven will come back in.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
people will be like, look at him, look how bad he looks with the sub or whatever.
Yeah.
But objectively, I still think it works.
Thank you, Mason.
No problem.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I look weird with, and also I've gone a lot grayer since
Right.
since I've had a beard.
Yep.
So I just don't know whether it would work, like gray hair and
Yeah. Right.
yeah. What do we
Aaron
got?
asks, which comic book characters had the biggest influence on your personal life and why? Well, obviously J. Jonah Jameson. Because I
Definitely.
always want pictures of Spider-Man.
You can't stop yourself
Getting
from wanting that.
pictures of Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think it's the nice ones that I like.
Yeah,
Like
for
your
sure,
Superman,
yeah.
Captain America. Like, don't be
Yeah.
a terrible person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Superman, always inspiring. I
Yeah.
think he's good, yeah. I'll read a good Superman story and I'm like, I should be a better person.
But then you're not.
Then I'm not, exactly. In a way, I'm Superman's greatest villain.
Yeah.
Because I see all these good works and I'm like, nope.
I love a superhero that's, or a story, even a story about a superhero who's not the best at their particular thing, but they just grind away at it. Because I feel like that's what I relate to, because I'm not really good at anything.
Right, uh-huh.
But anything that I am even remotely good at, I've just ground down
Yeah,
until
right.
I've got to that point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cameron says, love the pod, listening since episode 30. Naturally, I'd love more, so I'm wondering what the Patreon would have to hit before getting another show or bonus episode. Thanks, guys. It's not about the money, I guess.
It's about it's finding the time.
Finding time and finding something good to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it was, if it was $100 a month, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, and it's sort of a case of like,
I mean, we did this for free for like 3 years.
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. Yeah, I
and
mean,
we regret it.
Yeah. Like we throw around some ideas and we're all, a lot of the time we're just like, but that's, is that worth
Yeah.
Is that worth people paying money for us to be like, hey, we'll just read out funny names?
But I guess it's worth more than nothing.
I guess that is true. Or it's worth negative dollars.
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah,
enough.
we'll think of something. If people have ideas, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah,
Yeah. For bonus episodes and stuff like that.
I agree. Adam Cooper says, hope you reach your goal. Thanks, Adam. Me too. Nicholas says, have you guys ever been in a big fight? What happened? How'd you recover?
Do they mean us?
Yeah.
Collectively?
together. Yeah. I've been in a few fights, not for a long time though. And I've nearly been in fights.
A bunch of times.
Yeah, but I'll often talk my way out of it. Or it'll be in like another situation. I'll be like, hey, let's not.
Right.
Because some of my friends are
Yeah.
dickheads. So
Yeah.
also, I'd get trounced. Like I'm not an expert
Yeah,
in fighting,
right,
so I don't
exactly.
want to fight because I'll just get.
Exactly. Me
beaten to
neither.
death, yeah.
I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
Not a fighter.
What about you?
Not a fighter.
But have you ever been in a fight?
No. No, I don't think so.
It's wild, mate. You got to give it a try.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Let's go out in the wild streets of the leafy suburb where you live and start some fights with some dads.
Hey guys, this is from Tim. Thoughts on GoFundMe being started to get you guys to do a show in Philly? Proceeds go to charity. Love what you do.
Well, the proceeds should go to airline tickets, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, at least to get, for people to fly in, Mason, and meet us in person.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd feel bad kind of taking money for something like that, I think.
Yeah.
But for charity, that's not so bad, is it?
That's true, yeah. Benedict asks, have you guys watched the American version of The Office? Yes, we have.
Yeah, I watched it all. I watched it all recently.
Yeah. I haven't watched it towards the... I didn't watch the last couple of seasons,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
dips a
think.
bit. The
Yeah.
Robert California character is not a good addition.
Uh-huh.
The, what's his name? From the one where... Is it... He's in Stargate. He's Ultron. The hell's his name?
Oh, yeah. What's his face?
Yeah.
James Spader.
He's a weird fit, and
Yeah,
it
right,
doesn't work.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What do we got here? How often do you get recognized? You can only answer this, James, but we all know the answer. Not very often. That's the answer?
Yeah, it comes and goes. Comes and
Yeah.
goes. And it's hard to say because I'm, potentially people do recognize. Sometimes I get a weird look from a person, and I'm more because that's the thing because we're not famous. So
wow.
so whenever we're in that limbo where if anybody comes up and gives you a funny look, you're like, do they know me from the podcast?
I always assume
Or
they don't.
do I owe them money?
Yeah, right.
You know, are they a debt collector?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was from Jose. Azar says, hey there, said your name wrong, sorry. If you could take a very recent new comic book property within the last 5 years, turn it into a blockbuster film, what would you pick and why? Keep up
What
the
was the
great
thing
work.
with
Recent comic book property, last 5 or so years, turn into a blockbuster. I love Five Ghosts. Someone's, I think, making that, but nothing's happening at the moment. Yeah.
Oftentimes you'll go, I would love it if they made it, and then it's like they've already optioned it, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
on its way.
Yeah. Or they're just holding it forever.
Yeah. Last 5 years. Well, see, I'd say Saga.
Yeah.
But I think the entire premise of Saga is that it's unfilmable.
But they said that about Watchmen, and then they filmed it, and now they're filming it again.
That's true. Yeah. All right.
I think Saga could be done.
Yeah, I agree. But But
As an ongoing
but maybe
saga.
if somebody says like, "Hey, we've made this so it can't be filmed,"
Yeah.
maybe respect their wishes and don't.
Did they say that though?
I think they did say it. Yeah. I think the idea, or maybe the initial premise of it was this is so wild that nobody would film it. So maybe if somebody's like. Maybe if some big studios really commits to it and is like, we're going to make it exactly like the comic book, then I would like to see that.
I think, like, visually you could nail Saga now.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, there might be some stuff that wouldn't go into a blockbuster in that. Hey, James and Meso from Richard, what are some of your favourite snacks? We all know, for the cinema, I know yours, Mason, getting a bloody big pizza and a garlic bread,
Yeah,
mate.
pizza,
or
garlic
a little
bread.
pizza.
Little pizza, garlic bread, meatballs.
Yep.
What did we have? Because we went...
We did a gold class
we went to a
recently.
gold class once because
For
it was the
Mission
only cinema
Impossible.
available.
Yeah.
What did we have? Something.
I had
nachos.
I had a falafel salad,
Ah.
which was really good.
Yeah.
But I used to. I don't do this anymore. I'd go to Coles or a Woolies beforehand, which is the supermarket here, and just get a whole bunch of like sour lollies and that. That's what I used to do. But I don't do that
sneak them
anymore.
in.
You can just you don't actually have to sneak them in. You can just bring them in.
Nice.
That's you can't bring in hot food.
You can't bring in hot
Except
food
if
or
you-
dogs in a gym bag.
Yes, except if you buy it from there.
Yeah, right.
I believe.
But yeah, but that's the thing because I also feel like when somebody's like, "What are your favorite movie snacks?" Like hot food is kind of cheating a little bit.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
So-
you like a popcorn?
Well, I
occasionally?
try now to embrace the movie going experience.
a Rocky Road popcorn.
No, I'll have a regular popcorn.
Oh,
I'll have a large coconut sugar, and I'll have maybe a choc top if I'm feeling
I do
spicy.
I'll get a choc top.
If I'm feeling thin that day, I'll have a choc top.
Absolutely, you get
Yeah.
a bloody choc top,
Uh-huh.
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like choc tops, but I'd prefer like if there's a good ice cream place,
Yep.
like like a Ben and Jerry's, but
Yeah,
not
right.
that. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
whatever the equivalent
Like a
is here.
Baskin Robbins or
yeah,
something.
whatever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I
Or a
wouldn't.
toasted sandwich. Some places have toasted sandwiches. There was a place called the Classic in Elstonwick that used to have a cotton candy machine. And they stopped, and it was because they don't. It's hard to get. Like they don't really. It's hard to find a place that actually spins up proper cotton candy or
Yes.
fairy floss as we call it.
yeah,
Like now I'm like, I'll have some, and they bring you a bag of it.
yeah, right.
It's not.
yeah.
Like,
It's not
it's
the
been
same
pre-made. It's been sitting there for weeks.
That's why you got to go to a school fete, mate.
Sometimes not even then though. Yeah.
That's true. They'll have it in a bag.
All the fairy floss guys they're retiring or being killed
What?
mysteriously.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
Colin says, if you could use the Infinity Gauntlet to make one Marvel property take place within the MCU, one non-Marvel property take place in the MCU, what would you choose? I'd choose Father Ted.
Boy, non-Marvel property.
Would you like to see a DC crossover? Is it too obvious?
No, I'd like to see something mundane put into the like.
What about the TV show Powers on Stan? I mean, on PlayStation TV.
Absolutely
or whatever.
not. Absolutely not. But 100% no. Something.
What about the bloody Netflix shows? They may as well be bloody separate. Am I right? The bloody Marvel Netflix shows may as well bring them in because they're hardly connected anyway.
Nice.
Am I right?
You get it. I get it.
Thanks.
It took me a minute, but I got it.
Thanks.
Something mundane. Something like The Office, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Like I was going to say Parks and Rec, but Chris Pratt is in that.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people-
true. Yeah.
Sometimes people play different characters.
That's
probably.
so true.
And you just have to get fat again.
And he's in space.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. But if you got fat again, you wouldn't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you- And maybe Kurt Russell had another kid.
Yeah, there we go.
Because he
Perfect.
did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
so many kids. Scott Hoke asks, James, how'd you meet Claire? You may have answered this before.
I think we did. At a charity ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how we're going to go our separate ways.
Another one.
That's
Wow.
what's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to
Wow.
bookend it. Yeah,
Wow. Terrific.
Yeah, I thought so. CJ says, love the podcast. Just want to chuck in a buck. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. There are a lot of comments like that, but but thank you to everybody who's
Should I be
donated.
skipping them?
No, they're great. Dan says, I dare you guys to watch a silent film.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do it. That's fine. I've seen silent films. I think I said on the podcast recently I enjoy the film The General, which is a Buster Keaton silent film.
Yeah, you did
It's a
say
good
that.
one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Very good.
It's got to be some modern day silent films.
The Artist?
I was going to say The Artist, yeah.
I haven't seen it. But people said it was the best one or something. Steph says, if you could cast yourself as an MCU character, either someone you haven't seen already or someone who's already appeared, who would you choose? Thanks so much for the gold.
Say that whole thing again?
Cast yourself in the MCU as someone new or someone who's already existed.
Ah, okay.
I'd be Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Nice.
Just so I
Good.
could do the voice.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, uh-huh. Ooh, somebody new, I
Like
reckon.
a Coulson would be cool. Like an alive Coulson.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Daniel Spring. Question: how long do you think you and the other Planet Broadcasting hosts would survive in an 80s style slasher film?
Seconds.
Mere
seconds.
All of us? Mere seconds.
Who's cunning like a rat?
Jess Perkins.
Just cunning like a rat. Well, also the other thing is, does meta knowledge help? Is it like a Scream universe where you know if
Well, he
you're a
said
certain-
Friday the 13th, which is not, I feel, is not particularly meta.
I think modern day would be ready for him.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know all his tricks.
Like, and there's always some dude in like a Friday the 13th. There's always some dude trying to fight him,
yeah,
like a doodle, and then Jason will just cut him to pieces. Nobody's fighting him.
yeah.
Just run away.
Just run. He's not very fast either.
He seems quite slow.
Yeah. In the is that Friday the 13th game? Isn't there that multiplayer game?
There is, yeah, uh-huh.
He can teleport. That's how he
Yeah, right.
he gets around.
Okay,
Yeah.
but also like I feel you'd go, okay, he's come, like he's there now. Let's run. But obviously, there's a door there,
Yeah.
so he will have come around.
Yes.
So be careful when you're running around that corner because he's going to be there.
He's gonna
So I feel
know,
like,
yeah.
I think you're right.
He's got the lay of the land.
He's got the lay of the land, and we would know that.
Yeah, but he'd still kill us.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
we're dummies.
Yeah.
Dwayne says, have you ever started to make a caravan of garbage about something and had to abandon it because it was just too boring? Yes.
There are a few, aren't there?
I talked about one in an upcoming episode, but there's a Death of Superman game that we played.
Yeah.
And it's nothing.
It's
And
as we mentioned earlier. It's just a side-scrolling beat 'em
Yeah.
up, and it's just you fight the same characters over and over again, and I can't ever remember anything about
no.
it.
Sometimes though, I'll go back and I'll look at something and go, oh no, there's something here.
Yeah.
And that'll probably end up going up at some point.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah,
that
unless
one.
sometimes we're hoping for it to be terrible, and we're hoping for it to have a little bit of something magical that we can kind of tie on, like
yeah.
some character or we build our own story in our brains or something like that, and
Yeah.
sometimes it just does not emerge, and
Yeah.
we're just like, oh well, this is just going to be us punching guys for 10 minutes and
Yeah.
then it ends, and it kind and again, like a lot of the games, we're obviously not going to finish it.
Yes.
But we go, okay, our goal is that they've said you have to get the key, so let's get the key,
Yep.
and then that'll be it, and we'll finish.
Yep.
And the side scroller doesn't have anything
It never
like that.
happens. Yeah. It just keeps, and it's just the same guys again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Justin Wagner wants to know, how do you feel about Scott Pilgrim?
I like it.
I also
Never
like
read
it.
it, but I like the.
I have read it and watched it, and I like him. Again, I think the ending's a little odd.
Which one?
The movie, he should... the
You should have
movie,
done it with.
yeah, he's Knives Chow.
Yeah.
Even though she's in high school.
Isn't no, he's not. Is he?
He's not in high school.
Yeah.
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 Let's see.
Chris says, ideal cast for a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, a good one. Who would it be and why?
Oh, wow.
I don't think that first cast is terrible.
No, it just needed a better movie. I think
yeah.
there were like it had Sean Connery.
Did?
It had Richard Roxburgh, I think.
Richard Roxburgh.
Yeah.
It had Dorian Gray, that guy.
Uh-huh.
We did an episode.
Should we spoil it? We'll talk.
Dave Warnicki's got a new podcast coming out. We
Yep.
won't say what it is, but we talk
This
about
comes
it. in
up.
that. Yeah, this comes up. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: his podcast could be about anything. It
could be about League of Extraordinary
invariably,
Gentlemen.
we're going to bring up League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
yeah.
Kyle asks, "What was the first comic book character to connect with you on a personal level?"
Personal level.
Yeah,
Alf. No.
Alf, the TV alien.
The TV alien, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know. What do you like? Personal level. That's
Personal level. Don't know. Maybe like
a lot of Jeff Lemire stuff. I'm like, there's some good
wow.
stuff.
Not even
yeah.
but I'm thinking more as a kid. Did
Oh,
nothing
okay.
connect with you as a kid? Like,
No, sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to think about that again
You'd have
in a
to think
different way,
about- that's
Mason.
right, yeah.
I don't know. Who doesn't like Spider-Man
Exactly.
and
Well, I mean, probably a Robin or something. Spider-Man is a good
Yeah.
example, like a Robin. Anyone with like an easy entry into like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I could be a superhero.
Bo says, I live in Nottingham of Robin Hood fame, which has been repeatedly butchered in films over the years. Are there any local figures you boys want to see butchered in a film adaptation? Thanks. Oh, good question.
Who being butchered?
Local heroes butchered in a film adaptation.
Oh, right.
They do a lot of Australian telly movies about
do, yeah.
TV stars
Yeah.
from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It's like a Paul Hogan one.
There's one
a
about
Molly Meldrum
Ian
one.
Molly Meldrum, who's a
Top of the Pops.
yeah, he's he was the host of a show called Countdown, where
Yeah.
he introduced people to music, I guess, and so he's had his own TV miniseries.
Yeah.
Who's like a modern day version of that? Is there anyone?
Grant Denyer.
Grant Denyer, Osher
Gunsberg.
Gunsberg,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Carl Stefanovic.
Kyle Sanderlands.
Yeah, what a legend.
I'd like to see him butchered. I don't care.
I'm indifferent to him. Jay Ellis says, keep up the good work, guys. You're my favourite party boy and human ghost.
Thank you.
Jake says, what sparked your interest in comics, movies, podcasting? Let's talk about this one.
Yes.
So what got you into podcasting? Not this one, but just in general. Yeah.
I don't know. I like podcasting because it's. I'm trying to think of the first podcast I listened to. It might have been Jordan Jesse Go.
Yeah, you recommended that to me.
Yeah, and that's a good show. That's still
I
a
gotta
good show.
check back in on that.
Yep,
yeah.
check back in. I checked
Nearly
back
10
in
years,
recently.
right? Nearly 10 years?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe more, yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting. I was sort of intrigued by it because it's like a chat show, but you can say anything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you go, hey, look, I'm maybe any weird thought can be funny or interesting. So
Yeah, exactly.
and I feel like because I'm always a big fan of Late Night with Conan O'Brien and stuff like that. And what I enjoyed about his show was it was kind of the chat show format, but it was definitely looser. And I'm like, but even then, like compared to podcasting, it's kind of like it's kind of sanitized.
Feels very stilted
and
now,
it's stilted and kind of like you can only ask about certain things.
Mark Wahlberg, what do you think of
Exactly,
whatever,
and it's
yeah.
like, and everything's delineated into like 7-minute segments.
And they practice they often do the interview prior.
Yeah, right.
And then they do it again.
Yeah, and what I enjoy about podcasting is that even if it's just two people, even if it's not an interview, it's just two people talking. It's very unvarnished and it's very
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about your favorite sandwiches for an hour, you can do that because there's effectively unlimited time.
That's right. Yeah.
There's no okay, well we have to put in an ad break here. Well, we do have to put in an ad
Yeah.
break. But we don't have to go, okay, this has to go precisely an hour and we need 2 ad breaks and you
Yes.
have to cut to commercial or whatever. You can just go forever.
You're not
if you want.
vetoed at any point either.
That's true, yeah.
But you are seeing that filter over into podcasts, definitely where like there's a lot of branded podcasts and stuff and things come, which I think is absolutely fine. But it's inevitable. But you are seeing some companies starting podcasts and it's just radio. And so it's like, why are you even making it? Like you should do it, but you're stuck in a mindset of this, which it doesn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think mine was the Ricky Gervais show, which I loved.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Judd Kennedy wants to know, what villain do you want to see as the new big bad after Thanos in the Marvel movies? I would like to see
Captain America.
Yeah, no, that would be good. Yeah, maybe. I would like to see go smaller scale and do supervillain organized crime, I think. Because that's something we haven't... we've seen it a little bit in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in Suicide Squad.
Like Wilson Fisk-esque, but I mean,
Yeah.
but that's Netflix,
like
obviously.
your Shockers and your Electros and
I'd
stuff
love
like
to
that.
see those,
who are
yeah.
it's just dudes robbing banks and they've got
Yeah.
superpowers.
Yeah, they got a
that would be
weird
good
suit.
because that is kind of the bread and butter of Marvel Comics.
Yes.
It's just people flying around robbing banks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would like to say that because to this point it's all been terrorism and world conquering supervillains or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some of that tech spread out.
I think Spider-Man Homecoming is a little bit of that.
Yeah, I
well,
agree,
that's
yeah.
what the Vulture is. So I think we're probably going to get more.
Yeah.
And if you've played the new Spider-Man game, a lot of it is that also.
Yep.
Yeah. Bob says, once your kid is old enough, will he be on the podcast? No.
Wow. What if he demands it?
Well, then he has to be because he gets anything he wants.
Whoa.
No, because I think you're not at the age where I think that's unfair to put on a kid.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I have had one of my brother's kids on this, but that was a whole process.
That was
and
a trick.
And also, I don't care because it's not my kid. No,
That's
no. I mean, no, I wouldn't say no definitively, but I think I do worry about how this will affect him when he's at school.
Yeah,
Because
right.
we're, somewhat public figures, somewhat, not really, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
So I'm mindful of anything that he does. I don't want him to be like embarrassed or have it affect him in his
Yeah,
life.
right,
If he's old enough and he makes that decision,
Uh-huh.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think he should be on it, Mason?
No. No, he's got nothing to say, that kid. Should shut up.
It's Scrive Designs. Is that the one who did the skull design?
Yes, it is, yeah.
First of all, keep up the great work, etc. What do you think of Breaking Bad? It's good.
It is good. I love it. But it's again another of those shows that I won't go back to.
You should watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I should know because
It's
it's all
great.
free. It's all on. We get it on Stan
really
over
good.
here.
Yeah, it's still really
I
solid.
watched some of the first season. I'm like, this is good, and I'll get back to it when I have more time. But who has more time?
It's one of those shows also where you can't do something else. Because if you...
Yeah, right.
I found if you do anything else during it, it's boring.
Right.
Because it just looks like nothing's happening.
Yeah, I guess
but unless
that's true,
you're
yeah.
watching it properly.
and you're like, this is tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Timothy says, what are your all-time favorite breakfast meals? You're a breakfast guy?
Yeah, I like a good breakfast.
Hmm.
I like to go out for breakfast though.
It's all the same shit though, Mason.
No, it's not.
They keep serving up the same shit.
No, I disagree.
We've talked about this. Your smashed avocado, your big breakfast.
Eggs Benny.
Eggs Benny. You know what I mean? I'm all for all of those things if they're good,
Yep.
but often they're just mediocre.
Right, well, you got to find the right place.
That's what I'm saying
That's what
also.
I'm saying. I'm a bigger fan of brunch than breakfast, I think.
Yeah, right.
Because
Same.
breakfast, I feel like I'm in a rush.
Yeah, right.
Brunch means I got nowhere to be and I'm loving it.
I used to eat early, but now I don't eat till like 10:30, 11. Like I'll go to the gym and then I'll eat
Yeah, right.
later. But I love, and I don't eat anymore, I love cornflakes with milk.
Whoa.
It's incredible.
Whoa,
I
that
know.
is incredible.
I love it, but I don't.
Wow.
Now I'll do like a smoothie or I eat a lot of eggs.
Wow,
and
we
stuff
might have to
now.
edit this out. This is very controversial.
But do you have a thing as a kid that you just loved though?
Yeah, I probably loved... Yeah, I loved what are they called? Frosties?
Frosty Flakes or something?
In America, they're Frosted Flakes, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
but with the tiger.
Yeah, we weren't allowed those. In
Yeah, they
our
were
house.
madness.
Yeah. They were madness. It's just
I mean, they're
sugar.
still available, but
Yeah,
I
you still
shouldn't eat
get
them. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Now it's
every
all
now and then,
Now it's all Sultana brand for
that's
me.
true. But even that's got a lot of sugar
I
in it.
know.
I don't mind. I really like crunchy nut cornflakes actually.
Yeah, they're good.
But
It's good
again,
stuff.
it's one of
Yeah,
those things you
yeah,
shouldn't
they're
eat.
nice. Let's see. Jake Carlstead wants to know, this is for James, do you miss the time when you were nothing more than a faceless goat?
No, not
Does it
really.
feel about the same?
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you miss the time when you were a faceless man now, but before this?
Oh my God, where's my face?
before you were on social media? and stuff?
Nah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's better than there's more pros than there is cons, I think.
Yeah, when it becomes if it ever becomes like an impediment, then yes, but it's not.
Then we'll
at
have
the
to
moment.
have plastic surgery and change our faces
That's right.
and go underground.
Daniel says, "Love you all. Dugong is my favorite. Thanks for Mason for mentioning them."
No problem.
I mean, that still hurts like a backhand.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I didn't even think of that until you said it. Yeah.
Seth says, "How much more time you got?"
I have 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Then I have to go to work.
All right, no worries.
But I'm saying it now. We're going to do a second part.
Don't say because I got to put it up.
Yeah.
We'll try and do a second
We're going to do a
part.
second
no
part.
promises.
Because we've missed out the middle bit.
Yes, we really have.
Uh-huh.
Seth says, "Hey, dickheads, James and Mesa. When did your interest in podcasting start from? When did you guys know you had enough of a following? Continue doing this." mid 2000s probably when it's interest, probably 2006.
I'll bet doing it, yeah.
2007.
We were going to do a podcast. I think maybe we mentioned this in a previous Q&A. We're going to do a podcast called James and Meso Hate Everything, I think.
Or Hate Everything You Like.
Something like that.
like that, yeah.
But and I'm glad we didn't ultimately.
Because there's so much of that.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have gotten the jump on podcasting.
Yeah.
Like we would have been like quite established. But again, it's hard to maintain. Like I think we have both moved on from like everything sucks and we hate it and blah blah blah. Like there was a period when we were all it's funny to say everything sucks.
Yeah.
And like obviously we do stuff where we say everything sucks, like Caravan of Garbage.
Yes.
But I think it's and it's kind of hard to maintain that shtick. I
yeah.
recently, because like when I started watching like funny YouTube videos and stuff like that, there were some YouTube videos where it's like we'll play an old movie and we'll hate it and whatever, and this is why it sucks. And I recently, like a couple of days ago, watched. There are some of those guys are still around,
Yeah.
and they do other things as well. But I was like, I watched one of the ones where it's like, hey, I'm still doing this thing where I say everything sucks. And it was just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, right.
It was kind of like, well, and it became much more interesting, like them saying, and here's an old thing that I watched and I really loved it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So I think there's an expiry date on.
And I think the people who get stuck in that, or even one particular thing, you notice, and then like numbers dip.
Yeah, right.
As well.
So we did that, and then we were going to do a thing called Never Go Back, which was similar, which we play an old thing and it sucks.
Which we did actually do a little bit of.
Yeah, right.
But then Tom Cruise made the Jack Reacher movie Never Go Back.
Yeah, exactly.
So we changed it. But I don't mind that title. And because Caravan of Garbage, there's a lot of confusion in terms of, and rightly so, of like, but this is a good game. Even when we're saying it, and this is a good game. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, but there you bloody go. Yeah, I think just quickly with the YouTube thing, you can like there's stuff that I make, like the video trailer breakdowns. Because now I'll just often just make an insane thing because it just gets boring. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to make an insane thing that's only for me.
Yeah.
Or not even for me, but I think people will like.
For people who get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like the recent Spider-Man review that I did, which is
2 minutes long.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. So there you go.
Nice.
Should we end on that?
We should end on that, yeah.
But maybe
we'll
be back.
Maybe
Definitively
we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to mark where we are.
Yep, I will also mark. Very good.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, thank you again for donating. Hopefully we'll be back. No promises ever on anything.
No promise. Promise nothing.
Yeah. But we'll see you guys
in part 2 of this.
Yes.
Okay, grab that
Goodbye.
gem, you guys. We'll see you later.